Yo, what's good? What's happening, everybody? Appreciate you guys checking in. It's the start, 24 hours. Obviously, the tampering period is going to go down tomorrow, but there's our massive moves have already been made. You got a top name receiver that's off the board. You also got one of the best edge rushers, if not the best edge rusher, that's agreed to a deal, which was a little surprising. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of us knew that maxxcrosby being the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history wasn't going to last very long. So we got a ton that we're going to go over, but I appreciate everybody checking in with us. You're already in the Raider War Room with my guy, Chris, Protect the Show podcast, as well as the Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider Real Talk, Raider Nation, man. I appreciate everybody rocking with us and rolling through, and I'm going to get to chat in just a second. But my guys, hey, I think we were going a little live this past weekend. I know you guys were with Rundown on Friday. I actually hit up with Rundown and Jay yesterday, and so we're doing some work over the weekend. But Severe, I'll hit you first, man. How you feeling?
Oh, feeling good, man. It's ready for tomorrow. Ready to see what happens, man.
Tomorrow's gonna get interesting, man.
A lot of money being handed out right now.
It's true.
Everything's gonna be flying. Everything's gonna be flying, and I don't, man. It's like you just got to keep up with the updates. You know what I'm saying? And so, Chris, brother, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. It's gonna be it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what kind of moves. It's gonna be funny watching the Raider Nation kind of lose their mind because we ain't going fast enough and them freaking out. So this is always a bittersweet part of the season, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's the start, man, because at the end of the day, things are gonna start to fly. But
right.
The interesting part is who's gonna re-sign to their own team. Like, how many teams are gonna re-sign their own players? There's players that we want to re-sign, and actually, sorry, I was actually gonna bring this up to you guys. I'm gonna bring up our top 4 internal free agents that have been talked about, and now that there's some movement, I'm gonna bring those guys up. We're gonna talk about that as well. And so, but that's the biggest thing is how many teams are going to retain a lot of their free agents. You know, you guys got like Trayvon Merrick. A lot of teams are looking at him. There's teams looking at that Robert Spillane. We might pull the trigger and just bring those guys back in. And so those guys will be off the board. And so it's going to be very interesting to see. I think that's going to be the biggest thing tomorrow is how many players re-sign with their existing teams. And now they're just completely off the board. Because then all the rumors are out the goddamn window. Like it happens every single year. You know what I'm saying? And so, but you know, what we're going to do is in chat, I'm going to get you guys in just a second as we roll through. But ton of stuff dropped. And we're going to rock out and look at one thing real quick. And this is Myles Garrett. All right. So chat, let me know. What do you guys think about Myles Garrett getting re-signed to the Browns? I don't know how this is going to work out. Myles Garrett already requested a trade. And then now he re-signs for an extension, makes him I don't know if it came out. Is he the highest paid at this point?
Yeah.
Quarterback?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
he's up to 40.
Yeah, because Max was at 35, I think. So he's at 40. So yeah.
So you know, at the end of the day, now he's off the board. Now here's my question, and we'll touch on this very quickly because it's not necessarily a Raider thing, but you bring in a contract like this, they got Deshaun Watson sitting on the books. I wonder if they actually go quarterback because Deshaun Watson's out for another year because he popped his ACL, I think it was. He popped it again.
Achilles.
Is it his Achilles? So my question is, like, you run the risk of him, you not pull the trigger when you're sitting at what's Cleveland number 2?
2, yeah.
Number 2. You run the risk of passing up a quarterback now. You win a couple games, you might not have a shot at a top tier quarterback next year, and Deshaun Watson can pop that Achilles again. So, chat, let me know, and I'm gonna ask my guys right here. Like, do you think now that they signed Myles Garrett? I know Abdul Carter might have been a little bit higher on their list, even though he's got a little bit of an injury. Do they go quarterback now? Are they for sure going to potentially get Cam Ward? A lot of people are talking Cam Ward. Chris, I'll throw it to you first, man. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I for one, I got to say shout out to the GM for the Browns. So, yeah, they did get Garrett, but they got some flexibility when it comes to Deshaun Watson because if Deshaun Watson does not play a single down this year, the Browns will receive $44.3 million in insured relief. Just somehow the insurance is. So that's all but 1.7 million of his guaranteed salary for 2025. But that he can't play at all. So they're gonna get if for this year if he doesn't play. So I think he's not gonna play. He'll still get his money, and I think they don't feel as bad giving Miles this money because I think they're gonna have a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract, and hopefully that'll some kind of it'll soften the blow a little bit. So it's definitely gonna be interesting how they make that work in Cleveland, but that was actually pretty good money management, if you ask me, how everything kind of worked out.
That's actually, it's a really good example of how teams that are in cap hell can just kind of behind the books, be able to work things out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a good way of putting it up. But Severe, I'm gonna ask you in just a second, but let me get to the chat. Just want to say what's up, Sacktown. What's happening? Appreciate you pulling through, man. Day in the building. Appreciate you coming up. Jeffrey Champion, what's happening? You're talking about Tyler Lockett. We're going to talk about some of those free agents in just a second. Victor Pena, what's happening? Appreciate you coming through. AC Raider Nation, what's happening? Desert Raider in the building. What's good? Dre, always good seeing you, man. Appreciate you.
It was good.
John Fallon, what's happening? Appreciate you pulling up as well. Anthony, what's good? But Desert Raider going back that you think they're going to restructure Watson, but they could. But Chris makes a very good point with that insurance policy on him. Anthony, what's going on? Browns told Myles Garrett on the download. You remember what happened to Watson? Jay, justwinbaby, what's happening? Appreciate you pulling up, guys. Make sure you guys go hit his channel up as well. He's always hitting you guys with content. We got Dub Raider in the building. What's happening, man? I appreciate you. Good seeing you. Good. Everybody, make sure you go hit him up as well. He's doing fire interviews. You know what I'm saying? Just did one with Power Raider. Chris, you hit him up every Saturday, man. It's good stuff. Dub, appreciate you popping in. Rafa, what's good, man? Appreciate you.
Raf.
Good seeing you in the building. Jose as well.
Jose.
Let's see. Oh, and Jose, real quick, just so you know, we're going to talk about free agents. All right, our own free agents. So stay tuned, man. PNW Mark, what's going on? What's happening? Let's see. Ginsling in the building. What's good? Appreciate you coming through. Let's see. We got more M-Easy in the building. What's happening? Appreciate you coming up. David Laricia, appreciate you checking in. Ghetto Boys Raider, what's good? What's good, man? Cap Steve, what's happening? It's going down in Vegas.
Everybody, man. Salute all the love, man. Salute all the love.
Thanks, right. Appreciate y'all checking in.
Yeah, man. And yes, Dub, albeit we're gonna do something in Severe. You're gonna do something with Severe too, man. We're all gonna make it work. Jeff, you're saying the Browns fan base hates their GM, but I think he's done a pretty good job. He got Jerry Jeudy on a cheap contract. He kept the team together this long. He's fighting, man. There definitely was a lot of injuries. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got Nick Chubb that went down, man, and they were looking like that offense was rolling a little bit before Nick Chubb went down.
Yeah.
And so definitely sustained a lot of injuries, which is tough. And JJ wants a new deal. Doesn't surprise me. We said on the last live that when MaxxCrosby got his money, there's a damn good chance.
No, everybody want paid.
Exactly. Yeah. Micah Parsons probably going to be next. And so, MaxxCrosby being the highest paid, non-paid quarterback in NFL history lasted about 3 days. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? And so appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. We got Chris Protect Show podcast up top. The Severe Raider down below. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk, Raider Nation. And just a heads up, if you guys are in the Southern California area, right now it's June 7th. The date might move, but the Raider Nation summer kickoff, late May, early June. Go check out Raiders Crusaders on IG. It's 11th annual Raider Nation summer kickoff. Raider players attend. You could do signings, the whole nine. We're going to try to attend, show up, and kind of do a little bit of meet and greet, put names to faces. And so if you guys are in the building, make sure you hit up Raiders Crusaders on IG, but also hit that notification so you guys do know. We'll keep giving you updates as to when the event does start to come through. So make sure you guys hit that notification bell as well. Real quick, Mansan, what's happening, man? Appreciate you. Raider Pete in the building. Where's the flag? What's going on? Von Miller just got released. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I saw that.
All right,
what's
happening? It's happening. Cap, you're saying we got to re-sign Spillane. We're going to talk about free agents in just a second. So, Severe, man, what's your thoughts on Myles Garrett? Do you think they're going to pull the trigger on the quarterback?
Yeah, the GM basically already said they're going to be aggressive. They will leave no stone unturned in terms of getting the quarterback. So if they aren't, and the rumors were that they were going to go after Kirk Cousins. They were, people were expecting him to be released. It would be a Russell Wilson situation where the Falcons will be on the hook for the contract and they would be able to sign him for a league minimum. But the Falcons have been saying, which I'm not sure if I believe it, that they're going to keep him on the roster. So I think they just might just be playing hardball to try to get a team to part with some draft compensation. But if they aren't able to get a guy in free agency, they're definitely got to go. They got to go after a quarterback with the number 2 overall pick. So we'll see. We shall see, man. I'm glad we signed Max early because
man,
it's getting ugly.
Yeah, it's gonna be close to 50 before we know it.
Oh man,
and that's the thing, right? We said it before, and I think I kind of brought it up. It's like that's a genius move, and I posted a video on it. Genius move by SpyTek inking up Max when he did, because by the end of this free agency and even into next year, who knows? Max could be the 6th highest paid edge rusher.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? As the way that these contracts are flying. So genius move by SpyTek, getting him in the building, inking him up, and we got Max for the next 5 years. And so, so real quick, we got a ton to go through for everybody that's in the building. Just so you know, we're going to talk about Myles Garrett. We're going to talk about our own individual free agents that are. If tomorrow there's going to be a lot of teams re-signing their own free agents, right? They're going to bring their guys in. We got our own to talk about, so we're going to definitely bring those guys up. We're going to talk about some of the free agents that aren't our internal free agents. We're going to look at a list, and we're going to look at our salary cap now that Gino is kind of in the building. I know between Chris and Severe, we haven't kind of get together and talk about the whole Gino trade, and so we'll definitely touch on that as well. But I appreciate everybody in the build. Make sure you hit that like button if you can and subscribe. So next up, let's talk about DK. That's another big bomb that just happened. DK went ahead and sided with the Steelers. They haven't really decided on a quarterback just yet. Would it make sense if it's Russell Wilson? DK and Russell Wilson back together. I don't know if DK had any issues with Russell Wilson because I know he's a pretty vocal receiver out there. Receivers tend to be divas at times, but they haven't pulled the trigger on a quarterback. So DK's off the board. We still need a number 1 receiver. We're not going to touch on this too much because now he's gone, but Severe, I'll throw it to you first, man. With DK going over there, do you think like a Tyler Lockett, a Chris Godwin might be more in our sights if we want to bring in a free agent receiver?
Yeah, man. I don't know if I want to bring in Chris Godwin. I mean, a lot of people don't want to. It's funny. A lot of people don't want to re-sign some of our own free agents because they hurt too much. And then the first thing you want to do is sign all these injured free agents from other teams. Oh, let's bring in Dre Greenlaw because he's it's like, come on, like Chris Godwin. He's like, come on, but like if we're not signing injured people, I'm not paying other people's injured people. Like I keep my own. At least I know what they're going through. You feel me? So what I will say about this DK thing is that it makes the Geno Smith. I was kind of on the fence about the Geno thing just because it was a 3rd round pick and then that contract, but like the Steelers just gave up a 2nd round pick for a receiver that didn't get 1,000 yards last year. Yeah, like that's like and then Geno Smith trade is like okay, all right, you gotta start a quarterback for a 3rd round pick now. Okay, that looks a little bit better. So
and you have to pay him.
Yeah, and they still got to pay him too. That's why, he's like. It was crazy that I heard that one of the things he wanted was to go to a warm climate. This is what people were saying. So like Pittsburgh, bro.
Apparently not.
So I don't know. So they must be about to drop anvil worth of cash at his front door because to get him to go to Pittsburgh in that cold weather. He's just dealing with Seattle. But we definitely need a wide receiver 1 now. Looking like Teteroa, man. Looking like Teteroa might be the situation.
Wouldn't be mad at it. But here's the thing, though, is like this is a crazy move by the Steelers, right? The Steelers are a prime example of being able to take maybe some disgruntled players and still kind of get some
they
things
make
out
it
of
work.
them, right? They just have a very good coaching staff, good front office. That once people kind of walk into that building, their attitude changes a little bit. So I think they can corral him. But like Severe, to your point, man, it's tough because in yards, he was bottom. I mean, he was. I looked it up. Bottom 15 in total yards. I mean, the only stat that he was somewhat respectable in last year was I think he had like the 4th most catches over 20 yards last year. And so
and he's always good in the red zone too. That's
Yeah.
where he, gets busy.
he's a red zone beast. But
Yeah, he is.
that's the thing though. So Chris, man, what's your thoughts? Do you think we address the receiver position in free agency? We'll touch more on it, but man, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, we have to. I think that's part of bringing in Geno. Especially if we're going to extend him, we have to put weapons around him. I mean, when he was in Seattle, he had a DK, he had a Lockett, he had Smith and Jigma, however you're supposed to say his name. Had 2 nice running backs. Yeah. So he had some weapons to kind of play with. So we got to make sure that we give Geno that same thing. We have a great wide receiver too. We have a very dominant tight end. We might be able to get something out of Trey. Hopefully Chip Kelly can kind of unlock him a little bit. I'm not totally giving up on him yet. I know y'all kind of might be done with him, but I'm not giving up on him yet. Now, Severe, Chip's your boy. If anybody can bring him to life, I'm hoping Chip can do it. So,
hey.
But yeah, we definitely need a wide receiver 1. And I'd rather have a veteran than to go T-Mac. That's just me though.
Yeah. And here's my thing with Lockett. I would not mind Lockett coming in only because I think Lockett could be that safety blanket for Geno. You get him at a cheap contract. It's always good for a quarterback to come in and have some rapport with one of the receivers. Yeah. I also think Lockett could play a very similar role as Trey Tucker. He may not be as fast, but Lockett's just a good route runner.
Oh yeah, he gets open.
He understands how to get separation. And so if you could have that safety blanket already in the building when you enter in and you can get him at a fairly cheap contract, I think pull the trigger and have that continuity right from the start. And he could potentially be a mentor for Trey Tucker, knowing that we have him for, I think, another 2 seasons?
Trey?
Yeah.
Is it 1? Cause we got him in the 3rd round. So he may have got a 3-year contract, maybe 3 or 4.
Is it 3?
4. I think it was 4, right? Was it 4?
I think it was 4.
I thought it was 4.
But either way, I think Tyler Lockett could be a very good veteran presence for Trey Tucker. Help him, but at the same time, be that competition to where young kid, I'm gonna take your spot real quick if you don't produce. You know what I'm saying? And Trey Tucker needs to learn how to get that separation. So appreciate everybody coming in. M85, what's happening? Appreciate you coming through.
Someone said, is Adam Butler back? Was that announced?
Oh, don't do that.
I don't know. I'm shout out to Super Omicron.
Oh man, let me. I gotta check on that.
Don't do that.
I gotta check on that. Where's my Twitter machine?
Yeah, can we confirm?
Hold
that?
up, you check that. But I'm gonna say what's up, MC. What's happening? Super Omicron. Appreciate you.
Oh, man.
If that happens, I'm breaking out the hard stuff. I'm not gonna lie, Michael. What's happening? I appreciate it. I'm about to ruin Monday. That's what I'm about to do. I'm easy. What's happening? Man. Oh, also, Raiders for Chris. Appreciate you coming through, man. Make sure you guys hit him up. He's Raiders for Chris. I think you started your channel. If you did, let the people know, man. They can come hit you up. Noah G, what's good? Rafa, hey, everybody. Rafa's got a channel too, man, and also he does a lot of stuff, man.
All right, Omicron. I don't see it, man.
Yeah, I'm looking on Twitter.
He's trying to derail us right now. That's what he's doing.
He said Rappaport just said it.
I mean, Ian just said it too. Adam Butler just resigned. I mean, I'm going to put this show on hold, guys. And
Raiders are keeping. Raiders are keeping one of their own as they've agreed to terms with standout DT defensive tackle Adam Butler after a career year.
Oh,
it's a 3-year deal worth 16.5 with 11 guaranteed.
Wait, what was it?
They're only 3 years, 16.5.
3 years, 16.5. So it's about what, five,
Yeah, about five
and some
points.
change.
Yeah, 5 and some change.
I was saying you could over like a 2-year overpay him a little bit, 6 to 7.
Honestly, yeah, that is a little more than I thought we was gonna give him, but I'm cool with it.
Yes, sir.
I'm cool with it.
Yes, sir.
I like that all day. I like that all day.
All day. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Now
I
you
like
got
that all day.
Maxxcrosby,
Let's go 805. Crack that bottle open.
Bro, get this guy off the screen. Get this damn guy off the screen. We're gonna make this work. I'm telling you.
Oh man. Shout out, man. I like that. I like that a lot, man. All right, SpyTek.
That's huge.
I like that, SpyTek.
I mean, maxxcrosby, Christian Wilkins, Adam Butler. Now I think that does that kind of screws up what I was about to do. I'm gonna be real with you guys.
Hey, Omnicron, Kenneth Grant ain't gonna be there at 37. He gonna be gone.
Yeah,
I think he'll probably be going late first round.
Like I might be able to still bring this up, but this was gonna be one of the screens that I was gonna bring up.
Lovely.
You know what I'm saying? His top priorities.
So happy. Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
We X one of them off the board.
Yeah, got one of them.
Like you can't tell me, chat. I mean, just spam button.
Damn it, RTY.
Yeah, because
RTY don't start, man.
He gonna get you every show, bro. He gonna get you. Every show,
I'm pumped about Adam Butler, man. I'm pumped about it, and it's well deserved, man. It's well deserved. He worked his tail off. He did things the right way. That's what I'm talking about, man. Reward the guys that show out for you, man. I'm loving that. I'm loving that.
And here's the thing is that, Adam Butler, he's been in the league for 11 years and he's never got his payday. Like this is realistically, he's 30 years old. This is going to be probably his last opportunity to get that payday. Absolutely. I wish it was a little bit more, to be dead honest with you. Like that's just me. I wish he would have got like just a good contract to really show what he did when Christian Wilkins went down. But look, he re-signed. He said in an interview, I think it was with Hondo Carpenter, that he wanted to come back.
Yeah.
For the Raiders to do this and pull this off, that front line is going to be nasty.
Yeah.
If they gotta stay healthy, man. They gotta stay healthy,
man.
They were supposed to be nasty last year, so
man. But yeah, man, him next to Wilkins and Max, and if we get Chase on back, because look, I love my dog. Cool,
you already got rid of my boy. You already got rid of one of the one of the 4 on the screen, man.
Yeah, man. Look, spoiler alert. I'll tell you right now. Spoiler alert.
Oh man.
Like shout out to the chat, man. I appreciate you guys.
Honestly, man, maybe Max can. Well, shoot, that ain't gonna work. I was gonna say maybe Max can get in Kuntz's ear, like, man, we need you, but then Kuntz gonna be like, man, you just signed that big deal. I don't want to hear that.
Exactly, bro.
Money,
where's that, bro? You better be paying me. You better be paying me on the back end, bro.
Right?
Right.
I mean, and that's the thing is, like, if you look at statistically, Adam Butler toward basically the second half of the season I believe he was the 6th most double team interior tackle.
Oh yeah.
The back half of the season, and he still did work. For you guys that are new to the channel, we break down film every single Tuesday after every game, and time again you saw Adam Butler do work, whether he's be able to get skinny and get through double teams, whether he's going to take on the double team and let our boy, Hall of Famer unblock Tyree Wilson get his work in. But now he's going to be the guy that gets the single one-on-ones. You got to double Christian Wilkins, you got to double maxxcrosby. Depending on what we do on the back end, the opposite edge rusher, there's a good chance that Adam Butler is now going to get the one-on-ones, and he's going to dominate.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely get one-on-ones, because there's no way you still have. I mean, Christian Wilkins, people may have forgot just because he didn't get a chance to play a full season. Yeah. Christian Wilkins is a bad dude, man. Yeah. Please don't forget that. Exactly. Please don't forget that. That's a bad dude, man. So
and here's the. And I don't know, how the Raiders felt. I'll be dead honest. A lot of people have kind of had us going after, and we're gonna talk about the draft in a second. But a lot of people had us potentially getting Mason Graham if he dropped, possibly. I've been looking more and more looking at more and more film on him, right? And I knew that we could get Adam Butler for a fairly inexpensive price. And that contract's inexpensive in the grand scheme of things.
I don't think you go Graham now,
Well,
especially if you,
not.
if you overpay Butler, you don't go Graham. And I love Graham. But out of Graham and Will Johnson, I always wanted Will more just because of the need. But yeah, I think when I was saying Graham, I was kind of thinking that Adam Butler wasn't going to be signed. But
well, and my biggest thing is that I've been watching Graham's film, and I'm really 50-50 on Graham, to be dead honest. I think he's a beast at times, but then there's also like you watch him, and when he knows he can bull rush the piss out of somebody, he does it, right?
Yeah.
But when he actually knows he can't bull rush the man across from him, look, he has major flashes of being extremely good, but there's times where he just does not get off the ball right. He doesn't get off the ball. He tries to extend his arms instead of actually making good like we all break down film. Adam Butler gets off that ball quicker than I think most defensive linemen in the National Football League. And it's consistent.
His first step is crazy.
All the time. That's the one knock I have on Mason Graham is that
Mason got some good his hand-to-hand combat is nice. So
it is.
Yeah.
But when you watch him, a lot of the times when he has success, it's going against teams like Minnesota. Or Minnesota didn't have a very good offensive line. He's
against Ohio State. He acted up.
He did. He dominated.
I watched him. So I'm not saying I'm like off at all, but I have question marks on which Mason Graham are we going to get.
He
gets the National Football League, and he goes against guys that he can't bull rush anymore, and he's got to be able. It's like the Tyree Wilson thing. That's why I wasn't high on Tyree Wilson when he came out because he's so one-dimensional. But not going to derail it. But yeah, I think everybody's stoked. Genslinger, man, you stoked, man. This is what's up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's big. That's big.
Yeah,
that's big.
They working.
It's massive. Take that Patron shot, Jose, man.
What's next? Oh yeah, Patron. Shout out to Jose, man.
I know, man. Jose, you bad influence, man. You helping me ruin Monday. That's what you're doing.
Have you met him yet? I got to introduce you to him, man. Yeah, we'll get to the game.
He knows the Patron shot, so we talked about it, or he's been next to me at some point.
No, that's my original OG, man. That's my original OG. Love him to death, man. But yeah, we'll all link up.
No, we don't have to, man. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna let you guys roll because guess what, guys? Yes, I'm gonna bring out the good stuff in a second, man. I'm stoked. Raider Vic, what's up? Appreciate you pulling up.
You bring out the good stuff.
I'm gonna have to. And so here's the thing. Let's talk about. I had so much lined up, and then Adam Butler goes down. Let's talk about what the next splash might be. Because obviously tomorrow there's gonna be more news. You know what I'm saying? Emmys, you're saying, do we wait to pick a D tackle in a second? Right now, man, you wait for a D tackle, in my opinion.
Yeah, wait.
I think the only
Jay Toia, UCLA guy, he'll be there in the 4th, 5th if you want to do that. Big body, nose tackle.
Yeah.
I think that's who we focus on now is the big body. John Jenkins is going to be gone. I don't see us bringing him back. I think you get a big body to kind of get those guys that are 3rd and short, 4th and short, goal line type of guys. And so
early down guy that's not gonna, cause at the end of the day, those big DTs don't get that many snaps anyway, man. So you can even get a older guy.
Exactly.
John, like I said, I was surprised how big of a step back John Jenkins had, because the year before he looked good, and I was excited that he came back. He had a bad decline last year, but yeah, you can find an older guy that can kind of do his role, to be honest.
And so here's my thing is, I'm gonna get my stuff, guys. I'm just letting you know it's about to happen. And so I'm gonna throw it to you guys for just a couple minutes.
To go down.
Damn. So talk about this, because obviously Adam Butler, now that contract's not very big. So honestly, there could be another splash. I mean, he's not breaking the bank bringing back Adam Butler. So you got Trayvon Merritt, you got Robert Spillane, you got Malcolm Kuntz, which I was going to kind of put Caleb Von Chasen behind him, because if you don't pick up Malcolm Kuntz, maybe you want Caleb Von Chasen. But I'm going to throw it to you guys. Let me know in chat. Let me know. I'll come back and bring you guys up. Let me know, who do you want to prioritize next? whether it be Robert Spillane. I know that there was a comment just a second ago that the Packers are looking at Robert Spillane. Chris, I'll throw it to you first. Who would you want to prioritize next, and what do you want that big splash to be come tomorrow? Robert Spillane, Trevor Merrick, maybe even a Malcolm Kuntz. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it got to be Spillane for me. You know, just the guy that wears the green dot, the quarterback of the defense for, you know, I mean, one of the advantages of bringing Patrick Graham back is the continuity. You kind of want to have that quarterback of the defense still there. So tough guy. He gave us some toughness. I don't think he was that bad in coverage, but my fellow brother may tell us something different. But no, man, I definitely think he has to be the guy. And then kind of looking at, I think what's his name? Nick Bolton. He's going back to the Chiefs. I think I saw.
Yeah, 15 a year.
Yeah, he was somebody that I was kind of keeping my eye on to see if he would become available. But yeah, to me, it gotta be Spillane. It gotta be. Well, how you feeling?
It's gonna be Spillane. And we're gonna overpay him, and we have to at this point. Nick Bolton got 15. Jamian Sherwood from the Jets got 15 a year. He got 3 for 45 too. So if both of those dudes got 3 for 45, Spillane gonna get somewhere between 10 and 12. Unfortunately, like I said, I wouldn't pay this much a dollar over 9, bro. And 9 is like the top end of what I'm giving him. So,
bro.
But he's gonna get somewhere between 10 and 12, especially since we just overpaid Adam Butler a little bit. Patrick Graham loves him, like you said. He's the signal caller on defense. We want to keep that continuity there and kind of build on what we've been building on the past few years. So, like I said, I can see him getting somewhere between 10 and 12.
Yeah,
we're rolling, fellas. Raider Legions, appreciate you, man. Everybody, go over to Raider Legions. Lunatic, man. Make sure you guys hit him up. Subscribe to his channel.
No linebacker that can't cover is worth more than $10 million. Cap. He's literally graded as one of the worst coverage linebackers in the league. He's like bottom 5% in coverage. So no linebacker that can't cover is worth that much money. But we're in a situation where beggars can't be choosers. And so it's like he has a lot of leverage.
Sign the man. Sign the man for 9.5.
We got to
sign the man for 9.5. Tell Severe to shut up.
Hey,
let's go.
He's gonna get like 10. He's gonna get like 10.
Get a man 10.
He's gonna get like 10,
11. Let's go.
He's gonna get 10. He get 10, 11. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. Real quick,
if you get 15, bro. If you get 15,
he ain't gonna get 15. He ain't gonna get.
Let him get 15, bro. I'm done.
Now I'm gonna be upset. 15 a little too much.
Hey, real quick. Shout out to all my Scotch drinkers. I'm breaking it out. I got my
what is that?
It's a Belvini 14-year Caribbean cask. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite.
You love you some Adam Butler. Damn.
Man, we rocking it. We rocking it.
He didn't even bring that out for his anniversary.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
He's like, don't touch that, baby. Don't touch that.
Like, hey, we'll hold this for Adam Butler, baby.
Adam Butler might come back.
It's my favorite. Not a crazy expensive bottle, but man, it tastes damn good. And I'm about to ruin Monday. So salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to Adam Butler. We rocking today. I love it.
Salute.
Yeah. So good. So again, Raider Legions, man, appreciate you tapping in. Everybody go hit him up. And so let me kind of get back. I'm trying to get to everybody, man. I'm behind a little bit. Rundown. What's happening, man? Yes, Butler's back.
Rundown, Butler. Let's go. Let's go.
Go hit up Rundown, man. He's fire content.
Ain't nobody happier than Tyree Wilson. He's like, bro, I get some more free sex.
Let's go. Daniel Caps, what's up? Appreciate you. Turf, everybody go hit up Turf. Always throwing content as well. Turf's all about the watch parties, man.
Turf from Minnesota to the bone now.
Like he said, his daughter's gymnastics team is going to the nationals, I think.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
Man, to his daughter, the next Dominique Dawes, if y'all remember her.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, Severe, I'm hearing. Here's my thing, is you got to take, I understand Robert Spillane may not be the best in pass coverage, right? He may not be the best. There's ways that you can somewhat compensate for that. But here's the thing is, you got to give at least some merit to the fact that you bring Patrick Graham, and he is going to be that green dot, right? And
Exactly.
I walked away, so I wasn't sure exactly what you said, but he's going to get that green dot, and he's going to be the leader of that defense, the heartbeat of that defense, outside of Max, obviously, but the heartbeat of that defense right from the start. So any free agents you bring in, you set the tone now with Spillane, Max, Christian Wilkins. Like, now we all know this defense, stay healthy, but this defense is definitely going to become to play. So
yeah,
I'd be all right with giving Spillane, maybe I'd probably max him out like a 2-year contract. That would be my thing, a 2-year contract
for Spillane.
Probably give him that 10, 11 mil just because he is that green dot. He's the captain. He knows the defense. You don't have to, and then you draft somebody. I think I'd love to see us target somebody, maybe 3rd round, maybe 4th, depending on how it plays out. Another linebacker, your boy. I said it at our at our event at Barcode Burger. Schlesinger.
Yeah. Schlesinger's
He's
a dog.
like an athlete.
Like Schlesinger, for people who ain't seen Schlesinger play, like when Deion Jones was at his best, that's kind of like Schlesinger. But Schlesinger was more violent.
He's undersized, right? Undersized.
Schlesinger more violent though. Schlesinger is more violent. Yeah, he got great instincts, great athlete. Like he's not a big guy. He put on weight for that's why I think that's part of the reason why I think he didn't run. He put on weight. He was like, I think he showed up at like 245, something like that. So that's way bigger than what he played at. And he still jumped like 39 and a half inches, something like that on the vert. So he didn't run. So he did that. He gained some weight for the combine to have that on paper. And he gonna slim down for UCLA Pro Day and probably run there. He'll probably run in the high 4.5s.
Yeah, and so like Subramanian just brought up, I like that kid. I brought it up to Severe a few weeks ago and just was watching some film, and he just popped. He popped out, and I was like, look, if you can get someone real athletic next to Spillane, that's a good combination.
Wait, hold on. He's 6'4", 242?
Yeah, he didn't play at 242 at UCLA.
I'm about to say, he didn't look 242.
He didn't play
at that's a solid size.
Yeah, that's my point. He put on like 15 pounds for the combine. And then he's going to drop that weight, and that's why he didn't run. Only thing he did at the combine,
he wanted to show he had a little size on him.
Exactly. So he wanted that weight on paper, and he's going to slim down, and he's going to run at UCLA Pro Day. That's smart.
Yeah.
It's smart.
Yeah, no, I'm about to say 6'4", 242.
Correct.
That's a great size.
Yeah.
That's a great size.
Yeah, Raider in the building. Appreciate
speed and athleticism that you say he had. Like I said, I haven't really watched him, but I mean, even if he, what did he play at? He's in the 220s or 230s?
Yeah, like high 220s.
That's little. That's little.
Yeah, little. He is at 6'4" too. Mind you, so
yeah,
that's like even slimmer when you're that tall.
Yeah.
And so I know Raider Ray, man, you got a channel too, man. Salute to you guys. Go hit him up as well. And yes, Adam Butler signed. That's why I transferred from beer to some better stuff. So I'm stoked. I think we're all stoked.
Let me go get me. See, now I was.
Let me go get me a White Claw.
Let's get in.
I ain't get no White Claw. I'll be back. I'll be right back. This show about to get live, y'all. It's about to get live. Give me 1 second.
It's about to
get a wine spritzer for the occasion. I don't drink.
Shit. But let me scroll on down, man. Easy, I appreciate the super chat. You're saying, what's up with these Raider beat writers pushing hard for Genty at 6? Makes absolutely no sense with all the depth at running back in this draft. Salute to the content. I appreciate you. Man, I think we're on the same page. Genty at 6 makes absolutely no sense. But just how deep this running back class is, especially we gave up the 3rd, but my thing is there's so many combinations of running backs that you can get. I'd love for us to grab 2 running backs in this draft, but there's so many combinations. I know Severe, you probably think the same, but who would you like? If you can get a combination of running backs in this draft, what combination would you like?
So I'm looking at, I mean, you know, my guys, it depends on where he is. If we go running back 2nd round, I don't know if he's going to be there, though, but Omarion Hampton would be, if he's still on the board. My favorite guy is Travion Henderson. Omarion Hampton, he's a little bit bigger body. So if we get him, we probably go for a speed guy later on. If we get Travion is a big play guy. So if we get him, we can get like a So like say if you get a Marion Hampton, I'll get a guy like LaQuint Allen later, right? And those guys will complement each other well. If you go Travion Henderson, you need kind of a bigger body back later on. I'm trying to think who. But the Donovan Edwards, but later on, or the other guy from Michigan, that's Rundown's guy,
Khalil Mullen.
Yeah,
Khalil Mullen.
Mullins. There you go. So yeah, I like something like that.
So I've been doing a ton of research. I'm gonna bring my list up just so I know. But the one guy that I've been on for a while is and obviously he blew up the combine with the 40, but I love his Bishil Tootin from Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
I've actually been watching that kid for a while. He's just got that second gear. He's got that. Once he's gone, he's gone. But you got, in my opinion, I think you got to match him up with a bruiser, and that's where I like Khalil Mullen. I think Khalil Mullen could be a damn good running back. You have the high guys, right? The Marion Hamptons and stuff like that. And I think those guys can go a little too early than what I'd like to get a running back. But one guy, and I'm just going to kind of throw this out there, is one guy that I like. Let's go Devin Neal. I really like Devin Neal. I think Devin Neal is on the same level what I thought of last year as Bucky Irving. I don't put a lot of stock into the draft, but Bucky Irving wasn't on my radar last year. When I saw him in the draft, I went back to watch film and I was like, oh shit, okay, I think this kid could produce. I wanted to put a little more weight on because I think he was a little undersized. But man, absolutely bald, and I think that's what Devin Neal could be, to be dead honest. And so I like him. But one guy that potentially could be an undrafted free agent, a UDFA that I'd love to see is Marcus Major out of Minnesota. That's a guy that's been on my radar. Bad offensive line in Minnesota, and he had to share some time. Didn't get a whole lot of touches, but again, bad offensive line, but when he got loose, you just saw the athleticism. And so Marcus Major is a UDFA that I definitely want to address. But man, MUG Box, appreciate the super chat. And so we talked about Spillane a little bit, but here, look, what are you guys' thoughts on Trayvon Merrick? There's a couple people in the chat that have mentioned his name. Now that Adam Butler's back, right? Fairly inexpensive contract. What's your guys' thoughts on Trayvon Merrick? Knowing on what we just signed Adam Butler for. Chris, I'll throw it to you first. And welcome back.
Yeah.
Here's big dog. What'd you get? What'd you get?
Oh, just a little tequila, a little splash of lemonade in it. You know what I'm saying? Now we rocking.
Let's make it happen.
But
he put an eye drops worth of lemonade in that
just a little bit. Just cut it just a little bit.
Rightfully so.
But yeah, so with Trey, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm kind of a part of me is like the safety market's not too bad. But I don't want to get, I really don't want to get in a bidding war with him, for him. That's what I'm worried about. And honestly, and I don't know why, and maybe I got to kind of look at what his numbers were last year, but even though he's older, I see that daggone Justin Simmons is available. I like that dude, man. Even though he's older, I mean, because the thing that we need more than anything in the back end is communication and leadership. Someone like, and he knows Denver Broncos well. He knows our division well. I mean, and I know he'll be probably half the price that Trayvon will be. So every bit of he's older, but he's a ball hawk. He comes up and hits. Again, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to him that much last year, so I had to see if maybe he had a down year or whatever. But for a cheap veteran, I like that.
Yeah, Severe Man, what's your thoughts on Trayvon Merrick now that at least one domino dropped with Adam Butler?
I mean, I think I think there's a chance we bring Trey back. It depends on the level of interest from other teams. I think there is a chance we bring Trey back, especially seeing his ascension. He's been getting better and better every year. So I think that I think that Yeah, you already know, bro. I'll mess with USC. They got some bums over there. But
But you hated
yeah,
Pete
man.
Carroll in the beginning. That's why
He's been getting better every year, man. And I think
Yes.
you know, like they were raving about him all off season, and then during the season, you know, like the guy, like his play was just solid to good. Like it never dropped below solid. You know, it was solid or very good the entire year.
True.
So you want to keep a guy like that. You know, he's still young. He's just about to be entering his prime. It just, like I said, it just depends on what that number looking like, because we are giving out, you know, a lot of money, especially now we got to pay Gino, paying Max. You know, we probably got to pay Spillane. You're gonna see what his Kuntz contract looking like. It's that money that we had at the beginning of the offseason
that disappeared quick.
It's dwindling. It's dwindling down. It's dwindling down, man. That, you know, that Edison, that light bill and gas bill don't hit your account, bro.
Alec M. We already signed Adam Butler, baby.
Yes.
That's why we celebrating. That's
exactly.
why we celebrating, man. You guys, when we review film, man, you guys know, like I can't even express just how stoked I am about Adam Butler. Like, it's crazy. This D line's gonna look absolutely nasty. I love it. Rick, y'all, man, DJ Giddens. I like DJ Giddens. One of my guys that I know from back home, he hit me up about DJ Giddens, so I looked at him. Absolutely clean running back. I like him.
Yeah,
wish he had a little more weight to him. He doesn't break tackles as much as I'd liked him, but man, he shakes the shit out of people. So
it's K-State, right?
Kind of makes up for it. What?
It's K-State? Kansas State?
Yeah. So I like him. Daniel Capson, what are you about little ETN? I'm a Florida Gator fan. I know he was with Georgia. I think he's just a little undersized, and I don't like the fact that he's not as quick as I'd like him when you're undersized. If you're undersized, you got to be quick as shit.
Yeah.
And he's just not as quick as I'd like. That's why I love and Cap Tootin. He's quick. Michelle Tootin, he's quick as hell, and when he's gone, he's gone.
Taj Brooks, sleeper.
Yeah.
Taj Brooks is a guy, sleeper, Texas Tech. There's another guy I really like. Just like a good back. Like, you know, like not a guy that does anything like super super excellent, but he's just very good at just about everything, man. Just one of those like very, very good backs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's my thing is Chris, I'll throw it to you next. Is a lot of people are they're saying some are saying Najee Harris, some are saying no. I'm a quick no on Najee Harris. Najee Harris kind of gives me the vibes of once he gets paid, he might go to last year, 2 years ago, Najee Harris, where it's just no production. That's the vibes I get. But again, it's like, if you want Najee Harris, then go get Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon could probably do something very similar than Najee Harris. And it'll be, you're not going to have to pay at the ass for him. So Chris, man, any thoughts on Najee?
Yeah, I'm cool on Najee. I'm cool. He's a guy that if he can't really stand out in Pittsburgh, just the way that, I mean, their game is literally, breaded to be, that smash mouth, type of game. And he was up and down. He had his moments. I do like he can catch the ball out the backfield. His blocking's pretty good at times, but there's just too much talent in this running back class for me to want to pay any big money for him. So I'm cool on Najee.
Severe, quick thoughts on Najee?
Yeah, man. Seattle was a team that wants to run the ball, and they told Najee Harris, "No, we cool, man." So, I think that kind of tells you all you need to know. They didn't want to bring him back. If it comes down to it, if it's a cheap deal, like a Madison type situation, it's like it's super cheap. He'd be the vet. If we bring in a young running back, we want to have him on as a vet. I wouldn't hate it, but I'm not like throwing any kind of big resources toward Najee Harris.
No.
Yeah. Real quick, Super Ron, can you say Tootin's more of a returner? I agree, but here's the thing: is that I think if you get Michelle Tootin, you definitely got to get a bigger running back to pair with him. That's why I like Khalil Mullen to pair with him. And so, but man, Bichelle Tootin, I think that he can be. It's either Bichelle Tootin or Neal from K-State. Like those two guys, I think could be damn good as more of a change of pace back. But you also need to get a bigger guy.
You know who I kind of like? Who when I did watch him, I like that big boy from Clemson, the African dude. What was his name? He ran hard.
I don't know.
Mafa.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
he's like, I think he's like 240 or something. He might be 6'1", 6'2", 240.
You know what? I think I haven't.
Phil
Maffa.
Big solid dude. Like he might be a guy that's 6th round, 7th round, maybe even undrafted free agent. But anyone's in that Clemson program, he's gonna be well coached, tough guy. I just remember watching him. He was just one of those hard runners. Like one guy's not getting him down. He's not gonna be a premier back by any means, but just some guy that on the goal line when you need that. 1 to 2 yards, you can count on them.
So real quick, we got over 400 in the building. I appreciate everybody checking in. Make sure you guys hit my guy Chris.
Hit them thumbs, man. Hit them thumbs, y'all.
You got Chris Protect Show podcast up top. I got the Severe Raider down below. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. I appreciate you guys. Hit that notification bell. We hit you guys Sunday nights. We also hit you guys on Tuesdays, and we just chop it up in season. We break down film. We love to do it. But please. I'm trying to get through this chat, man, and I'm trying to roll. I try to say what's up to everybody that I can. If you pop in the chat in the beginning, hit that hashtag Raiders so I know, so I can say what's up to you. But at the same time, if you have a response to what we're talking about, hit that hashtag Raiders and then give that response. It just catches my eye. I can bring it up because there's so many people that do, conversations on your own, replying, which is all cool. Love it. But I also want to make sure that I bring you up if you're talking about what we're specifically talking about. So hit that hashtag Raiders if you have a question for us or if you got something to add to the conversation that we're talking about. And so, but Cap, you're saying, what do you guys think about the QB out of Canada? I don't know who that is.
Oh yeah, damn, forget his name.
Yeah, I'm not hip.
He has a strong arm, but dude was wild as all get out he's at the Senior Bowl. It is like basically no control over it. Forget his name. Dang, what's that dude's name?
So he just played over there in Canada. He didn't play college ball.
Yeah, no, he didn't play college ball. He played professional ball in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let us know what the name is, and then we'll look it up. And so, but I put this one up. Karan, beef up both lines. I'm all about building the trenches. That's why I'm drinking to Adam Butler today. 100%. I'm with you. But let me go down just a little bit real quick. Raiders for Chris, man. I appreciate the super chat. Shout out to Adam Butler. Absolutely. Virtually taking a shot with y'all. 100%, man. I know you in the Vegas area. We're going to rock. 100%, man. Appreciate you. Again, that. Let everybody know if you got the channel up because everybody got to hit up Raiders for Chris as well, man. Yes. Make sure you got to give him some love. But appreciate the super chat, brother. We're going to take a drink and shot together. Man, this Adam Butler just derailed everything. I'm not going to lie. So with Trayvon Merrick, for me, in all honesty, I think that because Adam Butler was fairly cheap, there's a chance. I think Severe, you might have said it based on the market. I wouldn't be mad if you bring back Trayvon Merrick because, and I don't know if I wouldn't give him the $20 million that I think some people were kind of throwing out there.
I don't think he'll get that.
Because here's the thing for him. The one thing I will say is, and I think Jay, you're saying what's the market value for Merrick? I think it is in upwards of that $20 million. That's what they're throwing out there. Doesn't mean that's going to be it. That's what they're throwing out there. Here's my thing is I'm all about players getting their payday. This is going to be his big contract, right? And so I'm all for him going wherever is going to pay him the most if that's how he feels. Now, because of how well he played in Patrick Graham's system, how well Patrick Graham was able to mold him into the player that we saw last year. And we got Isaiah Palomau that could play over the top and has proven that he can find success there. Looking, and I had the salary cap up, we could definitely bring it up. If he was willing to come back around that 12 mil, 13 mil, I'd pull the trigger in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I just don't know if that's what he's going to be able to agree to. So I would take Spillane over Trayvon Merrick at this point, because I think if we let Spillane walk, we absolutely gut this linebacker room and we start from ground zero, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I would
take faith in your boy Eichenberg.
Hey, Severe brought it up. I'm saying, Spillane, bro. I got to bring back Spillane. I'd love to see him come back, be that run support. Now here's the big question, because Adam Butler wasn't big, and chat, let me know. Hit that hashtag Raiders first. I'm gonna try to get down to some of these comments.
Jeremy Chin, Harrison Smith.
What about Malcolm Kuntz at this point? If Malcolm Kuntz doesn't get that asking price of $20 million, right? Let's say that price kind of drops down into the 15, right? Maybe it's a 2-year, $15 million. Obviously, he's got to have somewhat of a prove-it deal because he's coming off of a season-ending injury. Would you pull the trigger at 15, knowing that then Trayvon Merrick's going to potentially walk? If you like Trayvon Merrick, would you prioritize Malcolm Kuntz at that point? Chris, it looks like you're thinking. Severe, I'll throw it to you first.
At 15, yeah. 15, yeah. I mean, we talking about giving Robert Spillane 10, right? You trying to give Robert Spillane? You want to give Robert Spillane 10 and not give? If you're giving Robert Spillane 10, I'll give Malcolm Kuntz 15 for 2 years. I got a problem with that. He's a guy. He's just entering his prime as well too. So he's just starting to come on as a player and as a pass rusher. And that flash we saw, I know we're looking at a very, very small window of a production, right? That back half of that season when he's finally got to start. But when he finally got to start, that dude balled the heck out, and he was having an excellent camp. By all reports, he was in for a monster season. Like all you heard was Malcolm Kuntz is about to have a crazy year.
Yeah,
like that's what he was doing that summer, right? Not only in terms of what he was doing on the field, but just his leadership, how he was grabbing the young guys, and that's when you guys have heard it. You guys are athletes too, right? It's like when you understand something when you can teach it. Like when you can teach somebody else. So that's why, when you're playing ball, like when you can actually take a guy to the side, like, oh man, not on this play, this is supposed to do. Like you have an understanding. So that's when you unlock something there. And he had got to that stage where that flip had that switch had flipped and something had unlocked, and he was able to start teaching it now and taking guys and bringing guys with him. So once that happens, man, like that's different. That's different. He already had the athleticism there. Now he's starting to understand the game. Like 2 years for 15, bro. That's gonna look like a bargain. Bargain.
Yeah. Especially if he hits meet expectations. Because again, when you watch him play, he flashes of greatness. Like people that listen to my channel a lot, man. I said it a long time ago. Like he reminded me of a poor man, Von Miller, man. Just the way. But the thing is like he started to click, like you said, it started to click for him. He was spending that extra time with Max, going to them camps with the Von Miller camp and all that. The defensive end Russian camp and all that. Like the dude is, I would be devastated to see him walk out and then go somewhere and have a Pro Bowl type season. I'd be devastated.
So here's my thing:
he remind me of Hassan Reddick, and that's the comparison.
You always say that. You do always say that.
Hassan Reddick, he started out his career slow. He kind of wasn't great with the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals, I don't remember if they traded him or if they let him walk. Didn't pick up his 5th-year option.
I think they let him walk.
He didn't let him walk. He gets to the Eagles, and what happened instantly? And like I said, once that switch flipped, is never the same.
Who was that defensive end we had back in the day that kind of did the same thing?
You talking about Burgess?
Yeah, Burgess.
Derek
Burgess.
Bad man.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, he just came out of nowhere, man.
And so here's the thing: is like
Chris Clemens.
Yes.
Wait,
That's another one. He came from Seattle. Did he come from Seattle?
Yeah, he did.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Sounds right. You know, with Malcolm Kuntz, man, like the last 8 games, I know a lot of people want to say like we're just judging him off of 8 games, but those 8 games, he was an absolute stud. Like there was no hole in his game. To be honest with you, run game, pass rush, there was no hole in his game. That's why we were all so stoked, you know, going into this season with Christian Wilkins, with maxxcrosby, with Malcolm Kuntz. We thought we were going to wreak havoc on quarterbacks just because of how clean his game was. So that's hard. That's hard to see him walk if he was able, if he could take a kind of a prove-it contract. I'd be all for it. And I'll say this lastly, Trayvon Merrick is somebody that we can, because of his skill set, we could possibly draft somebody that could potentially fill in that spot. Not as good as what he did last year, but with the front 4 that we got, we may not need somebody that good. You know what I'm saying? And so if I walked from somebody, it'd be Trayvon Merrick, to be dead honest with you.
Man,
Chester Borden.
That's rough, man. That's rough.
It's rough.
I remember them, like I told Chris and Rendon, I remember them Brandy and Ross days. Like them days are seared in my mind. Like
yeah.
You know,
I mean, but we had some rough linebacker days too, though.
We did.
Yeah, we had some rough ones.
We did.
Nick Roach,
Miles Burris,
Nick Roach,
Nick Roach. Yeah.
All right. Man. God, hey, you guys need to calm down. I'm trying to keep up with this chat for a second.
Hey, man, I done already gave up. It's going too fast, man.
I'm trying.
That's on you, 805. That's on you.
That's on me.
It's going too fast for me. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man.
Chester, you're saying we can restructure. There was talks. I want to say I saw it a few weeks ago that Christian Wilkins was willing to restructure, or they were talking about it. So something might happen. We might see it again. One thing to remember is that post June 1st, cuts can happen, and there are going to be some names that get cut post June 1, and so shit can still go down even after the big run of free agency, the draft. There's a lot of big moves that can still happen, and so want to shout out to everybody, but definitely the people that always tap in with us. Alec, appreciate you. Robert Penny in the building, everybody. Appreciate you, man. Grease Deluxe, what's going on? Merrick overrated. I wouldn't call him overrated, but I think
he's ascending, man.
I wouldn't call him overrated because of what he did with Patrick Graham's system, but I could call him out of what's on the screen. He probably is the one that is the closest to being replaceable. That's what I would put him as. So, let's see. Jonah Laulu is a stud, man. AC, man.
I'll be forgetting about him.
That's the only reason. That is the only reason why I was a little hesitant on the whole Mason Graham talk. The 6, because Jonah Laulu looked damn good towards the tail end of the season.
He looked legit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so,
if we didn't have Christian Wilkins, then I would be but Christian Wilkins, Adam Butler, and Jonah Laulu.
Yeah.
All we need is we just need a big body with John Jenkins.
Yeah. Super Mullen in too. I like Mullen. He's just 6'2", 220.
You mean the only one talking about Mullins? Come on, man. Come on, he ain't the only one.
Leave my guy alone.
Come on, Mullins is a beast.
Chris is a Michigan man. You know.
Hey, I always pound the table for my Michigan dudes, man.
Yeah. Hey, Omnicron, just
pound the table for what's your orgy?
Or even honestly, I
or
pound
JJ.
the table for JJ. Yeah, I ain't want JJ either. Or shit, for that matter, I ain't even want Harbaugh.
Yeah, when you said JJ wasn't it, I was like, cool. I already was thinking it, but when you see him play every play, you was like, nah, he not it. Cool, that's all I need there.
Yeah. I saw a comment before just there. Yeah, Bashal Tootin had some fumble issues. It can be corrected, but yes. But that's why, Bashal Tootin, you can get him, I think, in the later rounds. That's why I pulled the trigger on him. But yes, he had some fumble issues. Definitely got to get corrected. But Khalil Mullins did not fumble a single time in his college career, which is huge. Jeff Davis think we should have got Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I mean,
My comment has
machine.
a feel to want. That's what it is. Like it ain't gonna happen. So again, I'm gonna keep rolling through this. We had the top priorities.
Yeah, that's the Canadian guy.
Who is it?
Oh, okay, that's
the Canadian
quarterback.
guy. Yeah, that's a guy from the CFL. And if they're talking about work is from Canada too, technically, but he didn't. He played college ball, so
yeah. Downcast Rourke. Rourke's good.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see.
Raider leaders who? Drake. I like that.
Drake.
Raider leaders, man, you wild, man. I watch your shows, man. You wild. I love it. Everybody, make sure you guys say what's up to
Soldier
Raider
Boy
Legions.
Drake.
Go to his channel. Raider Paul in the building. Appreciate you.
Raider Paul, Byron Murphy.
Okay, hold on. All right, now I got it. Not see.
Let's go, 805. Let's go, man.
I know. I got to push it along. I'm too excited about Adam Butler.
You still Adam Butler?
No, man.
Wait, never gonna get done with this show.
This is what I'm drinking.
Man,
Never gonna get done with this show. We saw Adam Butler.
Damn, guys, I had it prepared. You guys need to just take it easy for a second. Let's see. Where was he? Where'd he go? God damn it. Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about
flustered.
it. I know. I had it up here. Here it is. Hold up, people. I'm with you. Here we go. Dang. Okay. Let's talk about some free agents. Okay. And again, hit that hashtag Raiders, and then give me your response to some of these. Taddy 707, appreciate you pulling up, man. Because I'm flying through this chat. I apologize if I'm skipping some people's. That Raiders fan, what's going on? Hey, if we don't get Coons, I'll take Chase on 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
One thing about Chase on, he just has to stay a little more disciplined this year. I know he came mid-season last year, stay a little bit more disciplined, but I like what I saw from him. I'm all about him.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting. It happens at least once. I'm just waiting. Someone's going to give us the phrase that we always see pop up. I'm just waiting for it. But yes, I'm with you, Chris, with Kuntz or with Caleb on Chase. Man, he's got that nasty kind of like hop swipe move, that we see.
Oh yeah,
thick.
That's fire. Yeah.
It's there, but remember when we broke down film, I specifically clipped it and I was like, man, we saw a little spin move action out of him that was nasty.
Oh no, he has some tools.
You got to
turn somebody around.
He got a little arsenal.
Yeah, he wasn't a first round pick for nothing.
Yeah, no, yeah, he got an arsenal. But my thing is, I feel like he was like, didn't he jump off sides quite a bit, or hold, or I feel like he got some bad penalty. It was just like some minor, like,
some unfortunate penalties.
Yeah, like mental lapses here and there.
Yeah.
Chris,
that's
kind of what I remember.
Shout out Taddy 7. Chris, I'm just gonna throw this on here for you. I'm just gonna leave that there for just a second. Just a second while we talk.
Jesus Christ.
Team Mac at 6 is more appealing now. And so
Come on over, Chris.
I'm telling you.
Dang, man, at 6. No, okay. Now maybe if we traded back at 6, man,
he's gonna be gone.
Okay.
We trade back, he's gone.
But there are some that you could pull the report or at least hold the reports for what it's worth. But there have been reports that he might move back a little bit, not a lot. I'm talking maybe 3-4 spots. I agree, but I agree with you, Severe. Like let's
think about like the top wide receivers in like the previous drafts, and is he like Marvin Harrison Jr.
just as pure prospect? Yeah, just as a pure prospect. He would be. So technically, Marvin Harrison Jr. was supposed to be the best. I have Malik Neighbors rated higher than Marvin Harrison last year, but the consensus guy last year was Marvin Harrison, right?
Yeah.
So my rating. So it would be Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, then T-Mac, and then Brian Thomas Jr., Rome Odunze. It'll go in that order.
You got him over Rome?
I got him over Rome. Yep.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. I mean, Malik Neighbors.
Is that just based off of his measurables?
Everything. Measurables, his run out the catch, his 50-50, his athleticism. He's just,
Okay, what's the year before that? Who was the receivers before that? The year before that?
No.
Was that
Severe's got the memory like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
so
I'm trying to
this
think.
is on
The year
you,
before
man.
that.
Who's
Dang, who was
the
the year
year
before that?
2? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
But
I don't think
here's
it
the
was
thing,
like
though.
I don't think did any go in the first round? Was that the one? No one win the first round.
Maybe I don't know, man. It's just he just does not bring me like that CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson or like those number 1 receivers that came off the board.
Maybe I can shed a little light, but I want to get to this.
He's better than all them dudes. He's better than all them dudes. It was like Quentin Johnston, Jordan Addison, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, Jalen Hot.
Oh yeah, that was weak. That was a they were that was weak. That was a weak receiver.
Yeah.
Real quick, Raider Biggs, appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate you. He says we need to get our first second round picks right. Yes, we do, 100%. I seen a stat where since Gruden. Oh yeah. Gruden.
We don't want to hear no Gruden stats. That's always gonna piss us off.
Alex Leatherwood, you're gonna make me drink even more. I'm already excited about Adam Butler. You're gonna make me pour another one. And the thing is, like, I mean, he got Colton Miller, he got Josh Jacobs. That was probably the best, but his free agency moves were absolute dog shit for the most part. Colton Miller made absolute sense because I remember I was with a bunch of guys. I was living in Texas at the time.
We reached for him too.
But the thing was, we had to, because if you remember,
was that McGlinchey? Was that McGlinchey that went?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. We wanted Mike McGlinchey. It got linked that we wanted Mike McGlinchey, and then the 49ers traded in front of us.
Yeah,
but here's the thing, though.
If you remember, the Broncos got Bradley Chubb right before us.
Yeah.
And as soon as they got Bradley Chubb and they had DeMarcus Ware already, I said, oh shit, we got to go tackle. It was instant. And everybody that I was with, a bunch of Raider fans in Texas and all that, and everybody's like, oh, we still need somebody else. I'm like, no. We're going offensive tackle now. We need help. Yeah. And then we pulled Colton Miller. And so I remember that like it was yesterday, to be dead honest. And so, but Raider Biggs, appreciate the super chat, man. I appreciate you coming through. Everybody in the building, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Chris, Protect Show podcast, as well as the Severe Raider down below.
Thank you. Everybody keep talking about this guy should be Mike Evans. If that's the case, he should be the number 2 pick.
Mike Evans drafted. Mike Evans wasn't even drafted. Mike Evans was drafted like.
I'm just saying, if he's him,
okay.
He has that potential.
Here's the thing. I think he's a more athletic Mike Evans. That's my comparison. A lot of say Drake London and all that stuff. I think he's a more athletic Mike Evans. So where look, T-Mac isn't the one knock that I have on him is that he's not a full route tree guy. If you're going to pick somebody at number 6, you'd want him to be a full route tree guy. You don't want him to have limitations on the routes that he would run. I don't see T-Mac run the quick slants like Devontae Adams or like a Jamar Chase would, right? I don't see him like that. But
is he going to be better than Pickens?
Oh, yes, 100%. 100%.
But I like Pickens though. People were hating on Pickens.
Pickens was cold to me. That's all I'm like.
Pickens was a dog at Georgia. People just hated on him because he ran slow. But Pickens is a dog, and he has some characters. He had the character stuff too. But
I was saying he got a bad attitude. But
he does. Pickens was a dog. I think Pickens was the year before, right? So so that was so that's the draft you would want to look at, because I want to say that was the Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Pickens. I think Rashay Rice was in that draft.
Yeah,
who else was in that draft?
Yeah, that was a good. Yeah,
that was a good receiver draft. And I would take the only one I'm hesitating on is because I like Garrett Wilson a lot. So only one I'm like, would I put T-Mac over Garrett Wilson? But I'd probably put him over Garrett Wilson. That's the only one I'm like.
You would put him over Garrett Wilson? Yes. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
Yes. Oh, Drake London was that draft class too. Drake London was a draft class. I put him over Drake London.
Here's the thing. Hold on. Let's backtrack. Let's backtrack for a second, because here's my thing. Chris,
we didn't derail the show.
Everybody.
I'm about to refill my cup.
Chris has got tequila in his hand. You know what I'm saying? So it's about to get live. But here's the thing: in chat, do me a huge favor. Hit that hashtag Raiders. I promise you, I'm gonna bring you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are flying. I love you guys. Chat's going wild. But here's my thing. And Arnie, appreciate you, man. You always pull up. Appreciate you. Here's my thing. Garrett Wilson's different than Tedrock McMillan, in my opinion.
Yeah, different type of receiver. Yeah,
it's a different type of receiver. And so what we need We need a true number one that is going to be able to have the option of stretch the field, take the top off the defense a little bit, what Teterow McMillan can do. And we need that 50-50 ball guy. We need it. Now, you can make an argument to where you got guys like Savion Williams, like what's his name, Will Shepard from Colorado. You can make the argument that those guys could be available. You can, but Teterow McMillan, his ability to be able to catch the ball and understand what's going on around him and make moves through the catch, his athletic ability makes him nasty, which I don't see out of Savion Williams. I don't see out of Will Shepard. And so he doesn't drop balls. I mean, he's had a couple drops here and there, but he's got sure hands. And so he's a true 50-50 ball guy where you look at opposite of him, the other side of the field, you got Jacoby Myers, which is a full route tree guy.
Yeah.
He's our possession receiver. You got, let's say we bring on Tyler Lockett, you got Trey Tucker. Those guys could be our slot guys for the most part. But you still got Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is do whatever you want to do with him. He's going to do work. You put Teterow McMillan on this roster, we're set and done. You just need some running backs, but we're set and done. Like that. I mean, that receiver core is arguably probably the best, probably one of top 3 receiver cores in the National Football League.
I just want a true number one that got the full route tree, that can get separation. I mean, because even as much as we love Myers, as much as we love him, yeah, he has trouble sometimes getting separation himself. Now he's good working in zones. I mean, he can beat your cornerback 2 and some cornerback 1s, but like we need a true guy that can truly get separated. I mean, not just 50-50 balls. That's my thing. I just don't.
No, he can get separation. He can get separation. He's not
all the route though.
But part of that is you can blame on Pete Carroll's son, right? Who was offensive coordinator before. So you can blame part of that. You can blame on him. He wasn't asked to do that stuff, right? It's almost like Brock, where Brock wasn't really asked to do that stuff in college. He didn't have to do it. Like he didn't need to do it. Like he was physically better than everybody else. Nobody can really mess with him. He got some of the best hands I've ever seen. Catch radius, insane. He done made some of the craziest catches I've ever seen. And then you get the ball in his hands, and he's a run after catch guy at 6'4", 6'5".
You just had to bring Brock in there. You just had to make me retreat a little bit. To make me retreat a little bit.
Look, because Brock wasn't a 50-50 guy in college. He wasn't. He had issues at the catch point. And what did he do in the NFL? He was a 50-50 guy in the NFL. He wasn't a great route runner in college. He never really showed that. What did he do in the NFL? Showed he was a better route runner than he was thought to be. So I think you get Ted in a system like what Carroll's gonna. I mean, like what Chip Kelly's gonna be running. Man. And
so Arnie Garza, you're saying contracts. I'm skipping. There's so much news. Typically, we will do 2 segments.
Forget it.
You're like, I had so much set up, man. Like typically for you guys that are new in the chat, I typically do
the whole show.
I typically do a who did it better. Who did it better as a Raider? I couldn't get that ready, to be dead honest, because of everything that was going down. Yeah. We usually do a cut 'em, bench 'em, or start 'em, bench 'em, cut 'em segment, which is a lot of fun. But we had a ton going on. We've already been on for almost an hour, almost an hour and a half. Wow, chat, you guys are going live. I love it. And real quick, I saw another one. Look, Arnie Garza, yes, Adam Butler's back, and that's why I'm pouring another one. That's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing today.
That's why I can't keep up in the chat.
I'm trying. Hit that hashtag Raiders.
The chat is flying. Yeah, hit the hashtag Raiders, please. Yeah, please,
man.
Please.
You know what? Hey, screw both of you, because I'm trying to work this chat. God damn it.
Hey, I'm not complaining. I don't want to do it. You got 2 dudes with ADD over here. We would not make it work.
Man, I can't have
Jack in the building.
Now. Yeah, what's up? Make sure you guys hit up Captain Jack, man. Yeah. He's got his channel too. Make sure you show love to him. But the only thing that I'll say, and Jason Marshall, what's happening, man? Appreciate you coming up. Only thing I'll say about Teterow McMillan, the other reason why I would take him, right? Now, He's a stud receiver. I know, Chris, you're saying like you don't want just a 50-50 ball guy, and I feel you. I get it. But here's the thing is you also have to take in consideration the highest paid positions on a roster. That's the only like Jamar Chase is probably going to get $40 million a year. Like DK Metcalf wants $30 million, and his numbers were not very good last year, right?
Right.
Jamar Chase could probably get 40-45 million this year a year. Like that's probably what's going to happen, right? So you got number one receiver, you got edge rusher, you got quarterback, and a number one corner. Those are the four positions that are most likely to be the highest paid positions on your roster. If you can get one in the first round, early in the first round, that you can get on a rookie contract and you got that 5th-year option, I'd pull the trigger knowing that he's not going to take up a crap ton of salary cap as years go on. And so if I can pull the trigger on him, I'm going to do it because I know that's one of the 4 highest paid positions when it comes to salary cap on a roster. That's I take that in consideration as well. And so for me, it's a need for us. I mean, again,
No, it is. No, it is. I don't know, man. It's like when you talk about Chase and guys like that, it's like those are the type of receivers that I feel like we need at wide receiver 1. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing. Like I don't have nothing against him, but it's just I don't know, man. I want that true wide receiver because honestly, you also got to think in the NFL. You got these DB or you got these defensive coordinators that know how to, bracket certain things. So like some of that stuff he was getting away with in college, we know he's not going to be able to get away with at the next level. But I feel what y'all saying.
Maybe not, because I'll tell you, the receivers that come in that have that height and that athletic ability, that helps. Like he might be able to. I agree with you to an extent. Like one of the things is that because he's not as heavy as I'd like him to be, I think he's like 215 or something like that.
Yeah.
There could be some physical ass corners that would get in his face and might be able to jam him up a little bit. And once you jam somebody on the line, that's going to screw up the chemistry with the quarterback. We see it all the time. And
don't let him be like the what was his name that changed his name? Well, Robbie. What was the name? The little tall. He changed his name to like. I think he was at the Dolphins, but his name was Robbie. He the little skinny dude for the Jets, tall, skinny.
Damn. Yeah, Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson. Yeah.
That's right.
Robbie. Man, every Raider fan, every year, Raiders fans always wanted him. Every single year.
They did. Every year they wanted him.
Every year they wanted that dude.
Every year they wanted him. They did.
He is a million times more athletic than
I know. I was just joking though, but it remind me of a tall, skinny dude, man.
Yeah. AJ Green.
He's
AJ had the full route tree, man.
He didn't.
And I'm not saying that Tedder Miller can't have the full route tree.
He didn't have a right tree at Georgia.
He didn't. But like,
I don't even remember watching that much at Georgia, honestly.
Yeah,
but exactly. Sure did.
I'm not saying he can't have the full route tree. I'm just saying that based on the film that I see, he may not have. Like, he's not going to run those quick slants and gone type of thing like a Jamar Chase would and stuff like that. I think he's just a different receiver.
No, I get that.
He could. I'm just saying that based on what I see, I don't know if he can. You know what I'm saying? And so, Raiders, man, what's that for Chris? You're saying what about Zadarius Smith?
I was thinking about that. Yeah, he's good against the run. He's probably what 30. He's probably about 30
now. Yeah. It was the Smith brothers. It was him and Preston.
Yeah. He had a couple good years with Cleveland on the other side of Miles.
Was that him? Or was that Preston?
No, that was Zadarius.
Was Zadarius? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he was with Miles, and then he went to the Lions. Yeah, if his salary wasn't that bad, and if we couldn't get Kuntz, he's a guy that can fill the role at least for a year or so.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. Cool, Kev. What's happening? Appreciate you pulling up. Got another question. What do you guys think about Chip? We'll do with
Ari McAllister.
McAllister. Oh, the running back. Okay.
Probably cut him.
Man, I've been wanting to.
Man, like I can't.
Probably cut
I'm
him.
not putting much into him, man.
He might
like them, man.
What Chip may do.
Where's
honestly, Chip may move him back to wide receiver.
Running back.
Yeah. Now move back to running back.
Yeah,
right?
he
have him as like
running back.
Like he'll be a gadget guy. He'll be a gadget guy. So he'll get like some end around, some type stuff like that. Because we had a dude at UCLA named Kashmir Allen who was like crazy fast. Like he was like one of I think he won like state. Like he was stupid fast. But he was like questionable hands. Like he really couldn't run any routes. Sound like Trey Tucker. Sound like Trey Tucker, to be honest with you. But he's probably faster than Trey Tucker to be real. But like we would just use them like all kind of creative ways, and we would always somehow we would always end up being wide ass open. Like I don't know how this dude would be getting wide ass open, but Chip Kelly would find a way to get this dude wide ass open. And then at that point it was an adventure. Like is some motherfucker gonna catch this or not? Like that's what it's like. So, but yeah, Chip would scheme him open. So I think he can do the same thing with Tyreek McAllister. Where it's like, hey, you put him in the backfield, then you motion him out. Now you got him, now you got him one-on-one with a linebacker. Then now what y'all finna do, right? You got one of the fastest players on the field against a linebacker.
Right. All right. I'm gonna skip around. I promise you guys, I'm gonna get back up to the chat because East Coast in the building. Appreciate you, everybody. Hit up East Coast, man.
This dude, watch this. This dude watches grinds the film.
He does. Hey, just. But here's the thing. Look, everybody watches film differently. All right, everybody watches film differently. East Coast, yeah, he would be generational. I agree, but at the same time, like Chris, man, I respect your football knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I say,
I'm not against
check
him.
him out.
I'm not against him. I just at number 6,
What wide receivers you like, Chris? I'm trying to think. What wide receivers you like in this draft?
You say in this draft?
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't.
Chris
there's none that really
with a D line.
There's really no. To me, I don't think this is a super strong wide receiver class.
Outside of him, I mean, depending on what you feel about Golden, it's him. Basically, the three
are you got some athletes.
Him, Burden, and Golden are the three. There's some other guys that like late that boomer bust. Jaden Higgins. I like the Alec Io Manor out of Stanford. Y'all guys, Savion Williams.
Oh, really?
But I don't
like
Chris,
it
seems
I don't like
you
the
don't
Stanford
like
kid.
light-skinned receivers. The shot at Robbie
Blame that
Anderson,
on Drake, man. Blame that on Drake.
The shot at Robbie Anderson was a clear shot. Was like if you light skinned, what are your thoughts on?
No, I do like Ibuka.
Okay, but Ibuka's a slot guy though, man. He's a slot guy. It's like
I like Ibuka, but there's no to me Ibuka like there's nothing overly special about him.
Nah, he's not a burner. He can run routes though. He can get separation.
I'm gonna go back up the chat. I promise, guys.
Ibuka's not even good as JSN, in my opinion. JSN better than Ibuka.
Oh yeah.
Hey, stop derailing, okay, you guys. Hey, calm down, because we got a super chat. Raider Biggs, appreciate you, man. Would you guys want Genty over T-Mac at 6? The running game would open the passing game. You think Genty has bigger impact on offense? No.
Yeah, the running back class is way too deep, man.
Yeah,
it's way too deep.
Super chat. Man. Yeah.
Love Genty. I think he's a great prospect, but there's so many guys that are starting caliber in this draft as opposed to wide receiver. There's not a lot of like starting caliber for sure guys in this draft. They're like, okay, this guy's gonna be a starting caliber like wide receiver day one. Like Ted Rowe is gonna be that day one.
And don't get me wrong, I think Genty's gonna be good.
Yeah,
but not number 6 good.
Yeah, he'll be a dog.
Not number 6 overall good. You know what I'm saying? Like there's enough. Like I think and the more and more I watch film, like Devin Neal, I really do like him. I like him. You can get him later in the draft. I like Devin Neal. But yeah. So, but I appreciate everybody. Like Greenlaw signs probably for 6-8 million. Man, if Greenlaw's gonna run for 6-8 million, I'll take him in a heartbeat.
Man, you go paying Greenlaw 6-8 million in rehab. You gonna be paying him for nothing, right?
But that's the hard part, right? And Severe, you said it earlier. It's like if we want to take on some guys that potentially have a bunch of, like you're coming off an injury, those type of things, like it's tough. It's tough because then you just run that risk. But I want to draft somebody at the linebacker position. If we bring back Spillane, I want to draft somebody. I think there's a lot of talent in this draft when it comes to linebacker core. And because of the fact that the linebacker position just has dropped in the draft, it's almost like linebackers are looked at like running backs nowadays. And so I definitely want to prioritize it. Death Pop Pecker, man, appreciate you coming up. Who's going in the draft? I think we've been talking about it. But we're going to talk more. And here's the thing. Like, we haven't done, you guys, we're in the Raider War Room, right? This is our show with Chris, Protect Show Podcast, The Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. The thing is that we haven't done a mock draft because, in my opinion, you can't do a true mock draft until this first wave of free agency rolls. I want to see that first wave. Once that first wave happens, now, shout out to everybody that does their mock drafts. You do your thing. It's cool to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of get a feel. Sometimes when you do a mock draft, it kind of helps you see some names that may not have been on their radar. So, like, it's cool to do 100%. But at the same time, like, once this first wave, so next Sunday, we'll go live on Tuesday, but next Sunday, we'll do our first mock draft. I think that'll be cool shit because we now know where everybody's kind of going. You know what I'm saying? And so, all right, man, appreciate the chat. I apologize if I skipped over some. You guys are rocking. I can't. We got some new people in the building. Toasty Topics. Who else loves the Geno trade than us? We're going to get into it. Okay, we're about to get into it. Raider Allegiance, Savion Williams. Hey, I've liked Savion Williams for a while. Again, because you can get him a little bit later, and it's a need. A 50-50 ball guy, a pure athlete. Love him. If you miss the first couple rounds on a tall receiver that can complement everything else we have, I like it. But I appreciate it, man. Michigan hit up Raider Allegiance, man. He goes damn near lives every day. Love it. Love seeing it.
Check out East Coast Gridiron too. Usually does he has a series called Sliders, where he basically, like, it's almost like he does a Madden rating scale on each of these players. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Very, very fire stuff. Only beef I have with them is I was watching one of their mock drafts, and I think they had I think they had like Will Howard like going like at 6 or something. It was something crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was either Will Howard or McCord. Or Kyle, it was one McCord. Of them. He'll probably remember because I saw that. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's you hit the click out button. No
I was like,
right. Damn it.
I'll be back, y'all.
Much love.
I'll be back.
And so we're gonna keep rolling. Remember, guys, if you guys have a response to what we're talking about or a question for us, hit that hashtag Raiders. I try to hit you, but I see you, Jeff, man. Appreciate you coming up. Make sure you guys hit up Jeff. He's all about the marathons. Love it, man. Make sure you guys hit up Jeff's channel as well. And so, look, we got 50 million in cap space. I know a lot of people are trying to talk about the draft and all that stuff. I tried to pull up the free agents that are potentially available, but, Adam Butler derailed us a little bit. Let me do this. Because I think this is where it does get a little interesting for everybody. I'm going to go back, put us up on the big screen. And I am going to pull up the draft. Just the prospects and all that stuff. And let's talk about because we already talked about the free agents. We talked about our own free agents, one. Because I think day one, Monday, tomorrow, I think Adam Butler was just announced, which is awesome. Drink to Adam Butler. I brought the top shelf stuff. But I think between Monday and Tuesday, that's where we're going to have just more free agents signed to their previous teams. Like if we sign Robert Spillane, it might drop tomorrow type of thing, Yeah. And so let's kind of let that roll. Let's let that play out. And let's bring up the draft a little bit. And because everybody's kind of talking about who we're going to potentially take. And here's my thing is chat. You've been rolling. I appreciate you. I'm trying to get everybody up as much as I can. especially new people. You know, Jason 619, appreciate you coming through. Raider Biggs, appreciate you. You hit us with a super chat earlier. Castro Raider, I see you, man. What's happening? Matt Maranovich, appreciate you coming up. So here's the thing. Hit that hashtag Raiders, and it'll catch my eye, so I got to bring you up. But here's the thing. Chat, let me know. Who do you want at 6? Like, what's your ideal scenario? I'm cool with you saying maybe trade back a little bit, whatever. Let me know. But at 6, who do you guys want now that Adam Butler's in the mix? We got him. I think that clears Mason Graham's name. A lot of people are high on Mason Graham. I think it clears it. A lot of people are talking about T-Mac. Some people are talking about Genty. You know, I'm a big build in the trenches type of guy. So let me know. Hit that hashtag Raiders first. And then let me know who you take at 6. Guy Seeley, I see you, man. Appreciate you. How much you think Von Miller would cost? I don't think he costs too much. He's on the back end of his contract.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's going back to Buffalo, though.
Do you think so?
Pretty sure he's going back
just
to Buffalo.
Restructure it or like re-sign him back?
Yeah.
Mike Rain, you're saying we're going to get into this. I'm going to let the comments roll a little bit. Mike Rain, you're saying thoughts on Pat Bryant from Illinois. He's not on my radar. I honestly don't know. Do you guys know who he is?
Man, last Pat Bryant I remember is at D tackle. I guess last Pat Bryant I remember. That was a long time ago. I'm not keen on Pat Bryant.
What position is he?
Yeah.
Let us know what position, Mike Rain.
I honestly don't know. So Mike Rain,
the Big Ten guys pretty well, but
he's a wide receiver.
Let me know your thoughts on him.
A wide receiver?
Is he a wide receiver? Okay.
Wide receiver. Check him out.
I'll have to do more research on him, man. I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, I ain't doing much research. This motherfucker ran a 4.6. Research done.
so receiver to tight end type of thing.
No,
that's what I'm hearing. Jason 619. So East Coast in depth on Devin Neal coming soon. Cool, man. Make sure you guys check that out. Because I like Devin Neal.
He's 6'2", 204. Ran a 4.6. Oh, bro, you go kick rocks.
Yeah, you got
if you under 210 and you running a 4.6 at wideout, brother, nah. Unless you Alshon Jeffrey, and you got some of or Anquan Bolden, you got some of the strongest mix in the history of the NFL. Like you running 4.6, bro. That's
you Des Bryant in like year 10. That's what you are. That's what you are. Hoover's game was happening. Raiders going to draft next Cleveland Farrell at 6. Man, don't put that out there. Don't do that.
Hey, Cleveland Farrell was just in an NFC Championship game. Put some respect on this man's name.
Get the hell out of here.
He was just in an NFC Championship game.
I was so mad when we drafted him.
I tell people that was going to happen, though. When we beat the Broncos, I knew that was going to happen.
Man, okay. So I'll bring this up real quick. Easy, man. You're saying how about the Adams contract? Hey, I was actually surprised at how much Adams got. To be dead honest, I was surprised. I think it was
what do you get?
Like $42 million.
Yeah,
like
you got how much?
It's more than that. I think it was more than that. I think it's like
45. It's like 45.
Yeah, I thought it was like 25 million a year or something like that. I thought.
Yeah. Well, I saw the 40s, so it could be. It's like okay. 45 or something like that. But 2 year 45 for Devontae Adams.
Maybe that's it.
That's crazy.
Man.
Hey, look! If you put him on the other side of Cooper Kupp, I ain't mad. They already got they got Kyron Williams already.
Oh, it's gonna get
that.
Nesto.
He is gonna absolutely go crazy. Don't be surprised if he has an All Pro year.
He gonna go crazy until he get that text from Aaron Rodgers like you want big head. You have to get traded.
What up, big head?
You have to get traded. Like
what up, big head? I miss you.
Exactly. Like I don't know if this is working out, Sean. I don't know if this is working out, Matt. I'm sorry.
Nah, honestly, man, that's the perfect place for him. Like Sean McVay.
Sean McVay gonna know how to use him.
Yeah, with Stafford, like he's gonna get him the rock. And then, like I said, there's gonna be some teams that's gonna put their cornerback 1 on Puka. So Devontae is gonna cook quarterback 2s.
Yeah. Oh no, he is 100%. Cassius Savion was a chess catcher. Look, I'm with you. Like, he's not the purest of receivers, but he's a pure athlete. He's
a weapon.
6'5".
Yeah,
so,
but
and
what
you can
that
give him
sound
later
like?
rounds, so I'm cool.
It sound like Quentin Johnson. like,
but
if
the thing
we
is,
could
like,
get if we could trade DCam and get it, and whoever.
but here's the thing, like, but you can get him in the later rounds, and that's why it's justifiable. So that's the only reason why it's justifiable. So I'm with you. Just thinking about saying, time to take a shot at the boys, 100%. Okay, I'll pour another one for you, Jen. We're gonna do it. I'm pouring another one for you.
I'm good.
I'm loving it. Ray, you're saying Tutu Atwell, Tutu Atwell, better version of Trey Tucker. I actually like Tutu Atwell. I
like Tutu Atwell too.
I really do.
Play well for the Rams too.
Yeah.
Shout out Ray. Make sure y'all hit up Ray too, man. The dude knows this stuff. He has a channel.
He does. I like watching it, especially I think he goes on with you or even Pharaoh. Shots of Pharaoh. Right away, man. Appreciate you coming through. Kobe Lakers 24. What's up, man? You're saying Raiders drafting QB Sanders, if not running back Genty or DT Mason Graham or cornerback Will Johnson. I think Mason Graham's out. I'm not. We've
Genty
talked about
should be out.
And if any of you guys caught me yesterday, I talked to Rundown, Jay, just Raiders baby. We talked about Shador at 6, or just Shador in general. And I'm not a fan of Shador. I'm not a fan of Shador at 6. I have more of a late second, early third grade on him. That's what I got him at.
Damn.
That's what I got him at. I don't see him.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's not crazy.
Not liking him, but you talking about third round?
An early third round. I'm saying late 6th, early third round. That's the grade I have.
Early third round, like it makes it better. Third round, that's like, that's Hendon Hooker. That's Hendon Hooker.
And that's where you got him at. College, he was Hendon Hooker coming out of college. He was damn good. He had the injury.
Yeah,
but that's what I got him at. And man, we wrapped off probably about a full hour as to why I got him and not to say that Rundown or Jay agreed, but
they for damn sure didn't agree.
It was a good conversation. It was a good conversation to say the least. But don't derail it, man. We've been on for I don't know how long, almost 2 hours. And if you want me to talk about Shador, I could do it for the next hour.
Exactly. We're gonna be here till tomorrow. And another thing, as I'm pouring out the drink.
This bottle will be gone. It's my good stuff. SoCal, have good seeing you, man. Appreciate you pulling up. So
wait. He said third round for Shador and Cam.
He don't like neither one of them. He been saying that.
Hold on.
But he likes Tyler Shook though. Tyler Shook is moving up draft boards.
Hold up. Is that who's saying that? My bad.
ECG. He been strong. He been firm on it all year.
Yeah. Hold on. Raiders for Chris. Yeah, you bust your door. People on it. Mike Room be a fun trade. I'm gonna get down there. Hold up.
Yeah, that would be
Hummer BS. Appreciate you, man.
I wouldn't mind a trade back, recoup, especially if we can get another second or third, recoup that third we just traded for Geno. This draft is super deep in the middle round. So the third, fourth, fifth, you're gonna get some good players, especially running back.
Kevin Lurker, you saying Membo? I like Membo. I like Kelvin Banks better. If we're gonna take something in the first,
nobody. This is killing me. Nobody said you ain't never heard nobody say a motherfucking word about no Membo until the combine. Now everybody like Membo's
he's a beast.
You didn't hear none of these dudes talk about no Membo. Now he's everybody.
I can't stay in the combine, man.
I had seen like 5-6 people say Membo.
Yeah. So I'm with you because when I watched him, I was like, okay, cool. So I went back and watched the film. I said, look, he's a beast. Like he's gonna get after you.
Yeah,
but he's stiff as shit.
Oh,
he's stiff as hell. Like I just, to me, I feel like he's not worth a 6. A lot of people are saying 6. I'm like, no, he's not even worth a 6. I'll take Kelvin Banks at 6 over him.
For sure.
And so Jason Freedy, what's happening, man? Genty's but this running back, it's running back class is deep, man. I can't pull it on 6. That's just me.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I think when people hear us say we don't want Genty, it's just not at 6 and not in this draft class. Like we said, Genty is by far the best running back, but when you got someone like, Henderson and some of them other guys. I mean, Henderson literally might go in the 3rd round.
And it could be a difference in mentality because I like building the trenches. And so if you build the trenches, that means that you can get a, low-end free agent running back or maybe a guy later in the draft that could run behind a good offensive line. And so it could be just a difference in mentality, to be dead honest with you. But that's mine, is build the trenches first, and you can run anybody behind them for the most part. Brady Lynch is still in the building. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys go say what's up to him. Check out his channel. Just win, baby. You're saying Genty, Will Johnson, Abdul Carter. Man, you off on all of what we're talking about. But yeah, if you love it, roll with it. Appreciate you. Okay, so is this it? East Coast, we did 2 mock drafts. Which was not based on consensus, and we had Will Howard.
For us. Okay.
At 6?
Yeah.
You think he's going to roll at 6?
That's what I'm saying. I ain't know all the context. I just so happened popped in and saw that. I'm like,
I'm on the wrong channel.
I'm on the wrong channel. I done got catfish. I had to go find the real East Coast.
Okay, Siobhan.
Let's do this. No, hold on. East Coast.
I like Siobhan Rebel. I like Siobhan Rebel. Not at 6 though.
Yeah, no.
We trade back in the 1st round. He's a good corner. He's a good corner. But people got Jahdae Barron above. I mean, people got what's Will Johnson right now? It's probably Will Johnson, Jahdae Barron, Siobhan Rebel. If Morrison was healthy, he'd probably be number 2 behind. He'd probably be number 2 behind. It'd be him and Jahdae Barron behind Will Johnson for number 1 corner. People are worried about Will Johnson because he had the injury, and I think he just popped up again. He got a hamstring, so he can't even work out a Michigan Pro Day. So he's gonna have his own private workout. So that's why people were kind of getting kind of iffy on him. But that dude was generational, in my opinion.
Yeah,
so East Coast man. East Coast man, if you missed it, go back. I was on Rundown's channel yesterday. We talked about Shador, stuff like that. So go back and if you can, check that out because I kind of gave my opinion on Shador. But
he got Revel at 6. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, he said he's taking Revel. I like Revel, but not at 6 though. I ain't doing that at 6.
Yeah, Def Paul Pickers saying Raiders at 6. It's Shador or Carter. I don't see Carter anymore.
I don't see Carter being there, even with that foot injury.
John Kim. I struggle with that. I'm gonna tell you. I don't know where to go, guys, because man, this chat is live. I had some shit pulled up. Everybody's talking about the draft. I'm big right now. I'll be honest. I'm big on Tedrick McMillan at 6. I think there's a lot of people still high on Genty, and I think that might be just a difference in opinion as to how you attack the strategy of the roster. And so I'm still going to drink to Adam Butler. Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
I'm love Adam Butler, man.
Yeah, I gotta ask Dante what do you think about Tyleik Williams out of Ohio State. He's a big boy too. State? Yeah, he's big. He's big body. He's freak athlete out of Ohio State. As D tackle. I think he's like 6'3", 330, something like that. 6'4", 6'3", 330.
So let's do this. I had a couple more topics that I wanted to definitely bring up, and because we kind of
speed through them real quick.
Well, because we had a bunch of different things pop up. The Adam Butler thing, rocked up real quick. Let me think. What did I had on? Let's see.
You want to go Gino? Probably Gino. I'm assuming.
We can go Gino. Let's do Gino. Okay, let me go back to the big screen. We're gonna talk about Gino because there's been rumors thrown around a little bit about Gino, and I'll pick that up real quick, and I'm gonna get everybody's opinion on this. Severe, you had a good one. I'll be real. We brought it up, so bang. Oh, nope, wrong one. Where's that? Bang. Okay. So Raider Resistance, man, if you're in the building, shout out to you, man. So Geno Smith, $31 million cap hit won't hit against the Raiders, potentially this year, right? And if you guys can't see, I'll try to blow it up a little bit. It's saying Geno Smith 31 cap hit will not occur against the Raiders, will not count against the Raiders per Tashawn Reed. Las Vegas Raiders agreed to a principle to send the third round overall pick. We all know that, according to league sources. But the trade can't be finalized until the 2020 league year, which is on Wednesday. That means that Smith's 31 million cap hit for 2025 won't count on the Raiders' books. Now, I guess my biggest thing, right? And I think it was kind of misconstrued just a little bit. And I know Raiders Resistance, you're in the comments a little bit, and you kind of cleared some things up. Is I think it's as it stands right now. Once the new league year actually hits, then it's going to go ahead and hit us. And so, Severe, man, I'm going to throw it to you. You had a good analogy on it.
Yeah, I was telling the guys. So, free agency doesn't start on Monday. Like that's just the legal tampering period. So we like nothing is official until that Wednesday. So just because that money's not off our books yet doesn't mean like it's not going to be off our books come next. So even when we were looking at Spot Track and all this other stuff, none of these contracts are official until Wednesday. So all these cap numbers we're looking at, all of those are estimations until actual numbers and go in and pen gets put to paper on Wednesday and everything is official, right? Except our own re-signings, of course. So like any deals or any trades, none of that stuff is official till the league year starts. So you're saying none of this. So even though it's saying like that money doesn't hit our books till that Wednesday, it's like if you swipe your credit card and they put a hold on that money, you still like that money is still coming out your account. So if you have $1,500, right, and you spend $500 swiping as credit, you don't still have $1,500 until that money comes off. That money is still on hold. So if you go out and spend another $1,500, you're gonna be $500 in the negative. So that money's still going to hit our books. It just doesn't become official until the league year starts on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Because I think a lot of people looked at it and act like we were just, getting free money or something. So.
So Luis Barrios, you're saying if you have a third round grade on Sanders, then why even draft a quarterback this year? Because Geno is 33 years old. He's going to be 34.
34.
That's what it is.
Going to be 35, I think.
34. They're going to be 35.
Yeah.
I think Chip Kelly. The only reason why I think that you, without question, try to get a quarterback is because you look at Will Howard. There might be a chance that Will Howard is never tied to us if we didn't have Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
And so if Chip Kelly thinks, and I'm not going to get into Chip Kelly's head, I'm not going to assume what I think he's thinking or what have you, right? But if you think Chip Kelly thinks Will Howard could be a good quarterback at the National Football League, then get him in the third or fourth round and be the successor to Geno Smith. Like that. That's my thing is the only thing that I will say, and East Coast, if you're still in here, man, I think you would understand, right? Severe, Chris knows some of you guys have tapped in with us for a while. Like I've coached this game for a very long time. And the one aspect that I always take into consideration is the coaching aspect. Like look at Robbie Leonard. Robbie Leonard has proven to be a very good coach. And he's been able to take Caleb on Chase on to be a bust as a first-round draft pick, but produce something with him this year. I take a lot of consideration to coaching. If Chip Kelly is one of the best offensive coordinator minds in the National Football League, we paid him. He's the highest paid offensive coordinator in the National Football League. You got to take into consideration a little bit of the coaching aspect to it. So if he likes Will Howard and he thinks that Will Howard could be a good quarterback in this league, then I'm worth taking someone that's on the kind of on maybe not on everybody's radar, but he could do something with him. Look at Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold was on nobody's radar before Kevin O'Connell. Everybody was saying Sam Darnold is an absolute bust prior to Kevin O'Connell. But Kevin O'Connell, being a good offensive mind, was able to do something with him. So I take into consideration the coaching aspect to it. And so, again, if Chip Kelly thinks Will Howard actually has some potential in the league, then pull the trigger in the third or fourth round. I mean, Will Howard might be higher on our radar just because the connection to Chip Kelly. There could be other quarterback needy teams that aren't high on him because they don't have the experience with Will Howard. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just trying to take that into consideration. So I ranted for a second. Severe, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, the connection to Chip Kelly, and I've said in the past, it could mean that we are higher on Will Howard than other teams, but Chip Kelly also knows Will Howard very well. So it could mean that we are lower on Will Howard than other teams also. So like I said, Will Howard was spotty at best throughout most of the year. And Shamar Stewart built a lot of people, man. Shamar Stewart is a freak. Shamar Stewart is a freak of an athlete. But back to Will Howard. So early in the year, Will Howard was very suspect, extremely suspect, with some he has 2 first-round receivers, a top 5 receiver and another first-round receiver on this team, and Egbuka, plus the other guy that they have at receiver is going to probably be drafted at some point too in the future, plus 2 of the top 10 running backs in the nation as well. And his production, he wasn't that great of a quarterback. So
thank you.
He really didn't come on till late in the year. Really didn't come on till late in the year. And he played very well late in the year, but it's people that I know that watched Ohio State said if they Cal McCord would have done infinitely better in that same offense than Will Howard did. Cal McCord would have lit stuff up. Will Howard just wasn't that guy. Wasn't that guy. So I personally don't. I'm not a fan of Will Howard. I know some people like him. He has some size to him, has some mobility. But for a guy with his size and his weight, he has an average arm at best. Average is kind of giving him a little bit, right? He doesn't have a great arm. You can kind of see him trying to push throws and trying to drive throws. So when he does that, his accuracy starts to wane because he just doesn't have the arm strength. I'm just not a fan of the guy. Not a fan of the guy. But people saw him in the playoff. It's almost like when I don't want to compare the same situation, but it's like when Al Davis watched Jamarcus Russell carve up Notre Dame.
Brady Quinn.
Notre Dame. And it was in the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
That's when he decided to draft him. That's what people are doing with this Membo. That's what people are doing with Will Howard. All of a sudden they get hot at the end. And now it's like Cardale Jones. People are, oh my God, you see Cardale Jones? Oh, this guy, you see his arm? You see him go out there and be it's no, nobody cared about Will Howard all year. And then he got hot at the end of the year, and now people want him. Nobody cared about Membu till he blew up at the combine. Nobody gave a damn about Cardale Jones till he won a national championship. None of these people care about these guys till late. But they all have recency bias. So they see the guy play well late. Because, oh my, that's the guy right there.
Yeah.
Well, what about the entire rest of the year?
Yeah, no. The thing is, if he definitely stepped it up in the playoffs. I will admit that he started balling. If they would have somehow not won the national championship for whatever reason, they would have just went off on Will Howard. All the Buckeye fans I know, just even the coach, even Ryan Day. If they didn't win that natty, they were so ready to get rid of Ryan Day, man. So they just got that springboard at the right time. But no, I agree with Severe. It's Will Howard, the best receiver in the league or in the country, 2 good running backs. I mean, I don't know, man. I think he would get exposed at the next level. That's what I think.
So, off cost you, man. I appreciate you coming up, man. The $5
AR.
Yeah, AR, man. Hey, here's the thing.
Shout out to Chris for cooking,
Yeah.
man. Chris cooked up something vicious.
Yeah, that's a little insider there, man. Shout out to AR.
Shout out to AR. Everybody hit up off of Costume, man. They do good stuff up there. Make sure you guys show love over there, man. Off Costume, you're passionate. You're definitely passionate. I love it, man. Make sure you guys hit it up. I mean, you're saying Shedeur Sanders my number 1 prospect. No, wait, he's not. Oh, wait a minute. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be honest, for me, never been my prospect. That's just me once I watch the film. But yeah, I'm with you. Afkasi, I appreciate you coming up.
Shout out
Daniel
AR,
Kim,
man.
Daniel Kim, is Chase on coming back after the Adam Butler? Like we talked about it a little bit, but Adam Butler at the contract we brought him back, man. Like, I don't even know. It still leaves the door open for so much with that Adam Butler contract. I almost feel like, I posted a video on Jordan Meredith, and Jordan Meredith got a $1 million contract for what he did last year, and then we get Alex Kappa at a 2-year, $11 million contract. And I'm sitting there going like, so shout to, if you're in the building, shout to someone that was in my video and commented like, you should have flipped that contract. Jordan Meredith should have got the 2-year, $11 million. Like, it's crazy. And
yeah, that was wild.
That's my biggest thing is like, I think the Adam Butler contract opens the door for so much. It doesn't close the door to where you could bring back like Malcolm Kuntz. You could bring back Trayvon Merrick. Like you got him at such a bargain, which is crazy. Shots as JohnSpytek working the numbers. Darth Raider in the building. Appreciate you coming through. Shador Sanders will be drafted by the Giants. I hope so. I hope they take him. I'm with you. I hope they take him. So Jason Freedy, you're saying Raiders Gino had a QBR of plus 110 in his 14 games played indoors on the road.
I did see that stat.
Did you see that? Okay, I didn't see that. Jason Freedy, I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah.
We obviously indoors, so that helps. 100%. So, Chris, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw that a stat that was similar to that. His indoor stats.
So Daniel Kim, he's asking you, Severe, would you sign Caleb on Chase? And I just talked a little bit about our options, but would you bring him on?
I mean, I hope we do. Especially, if we don't bring back Kuntz, I'm pretty confident we will. But even if we bring back Kuntz, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind bringing Chase on back. If the price is right. But with this pass rush market, it might be a team that saw what he did last year. Like, look, we can build on that. So
yeah,
I don't know if it's possible to do both, but yeah, I wouldn't mind having Chase on back at all.
Let's see. We're gonna keep Luis Sam tripping. Fair enough. I'm with you. We'll have fun with it. I'm just happy about Adam.
The 49ers.
I'm just happy about Adam Butler. Now. That's what it is. So here's the thing. There's gonna be big splashes tomorrow. And we talked about shit. The big names for us, right? Robert Spillane, Malcolm Kuntz, all that stuff. Even Trayvon Merrick. We talked about all that. We talked about, I guess the one thing we didn't talk about, and I'll bring it up real quick. And let's do this. We're running on 2 hours. How's you guys' time? You guys good?
I'm good on time, man.
Yeah.
You guys rocking? Okay. Jonathan Studios, appreciate you coming up, man. We're all celebrating for Adam Butler. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna bring this back up. Because honestly, man, like that, the potential free agents that are still out there that we could potentially pick up, and we'll start with this, and we'll see. A lot of teams are going to bring in their own guys, like we just did Adam Butler. Robert Spillane possibly will be we hope, some of us hope, that Robert Spillane will his name will drop tomorrow. So when we take a look at this list, all right, and salute to everybody in the chat. Before we get into it, we got over 400. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Got Chris Potential Podcast above, the Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. I appreciate everybody in the chat, especially our regulars, man. All you guys rock with us. We appreciate it. Some guys. There's been Byron Murphy Jr. that's been attached to us. Yeah. And the one thing that I want to talk about is our cornerback situation. Chris, shout to you. You were all about mention his name. I'm
Jacorian Bennett.
You were all about Jacorian Bennett.
I'm gonna put that on my headstone when I die.
Do it,
going on
man.
his resume. That's going on his resume for sure.
That's my claim. I was the only one.
Bro, put it on your background. You know what I'm saying? Like I see Jackson behind you. Just put it between. Jacorian Bennett.
Right.
And so, you're high on Jacorian Bennett even after a little bit of a struggles, that rookie year. You had Jack Jones 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, balled out, showed up and showed out, but had an off year. We break down film. For those of you guys who don't know, we break down film on Tuesdays during the season. And Jack Jones just very undisciplined. And can Pete Carroll get him out of that? Pete Carroll has done amazing things with defensive backfields, the whole nine. So can he get him out of it? Remains to be seen. But Byron Murphy Jr., cornerback, a lot of people kind of maybe tied us early with Will Johnson a little bit, maybe a corner. Do you think we should bring in another corner, give him back? Look, Jacorian Bennett is coming off of a season injury. It's hard to come back from that. So we'll see how that plays out. But should we prioritize a corner in the draft or free agency moving forward with the question marks of really both our cornerback spots? And so, Chris, I'll throw it to you first, man.
Yeah, because I really like what we're doing up front. So, because again, I think the big question mark is Jack Jones. For one, is he going to be able to bounce back? For two, is he going to have the right attitude? Without that AP and Marvin Lewis there to kind of help buffer everything, are they even going to deal with his attitude or whatever? I think Pete can, but I think someone like Byron Murphy, when you lose a Nate Hobbs, you need a legitimate nickel guy, and Byron can do that. So I'm all for it. And again, I'm still getting Will Johnson because we're in a division with Mahomes. We're in a division with Bo Nix now, and then what's his name? What's the dude from the Chargers? Justin Herbert.
Herbert.
Yeah. So I mean, we're in a division that's going to air the ball out, man. So you got to be able to have some guys that can lock some people down.
Yeah, I mean, how you feel on our cornerback room, Severe?
Yeah, it's questionable. I mean, people are talking about we don't know what we have at linebacker. We don't know we have a cornerback. I mean, JB, this is his second year. His second year in the league. Two season-ending injuries. Jack Jones is an AP dependent player. So when JB's on the field, I mean, I think he has CB1 potential, right? He has the athleticism, the measurables, the traits. It's all there. It's just about, can he stay healthy?
Yeah,
we've already basically said Nate Hobbs ain't coming back. So is you want MJ Devonshire out there covering people, or you for damn sure don't want DeCamerion out there covering nobody, unless you want.
That was your dude, though. That was your dude, Devonshire.
I thought Devonshire. I like Devonshire better than DeCam.
I like him as a nickel. I like Devonshire as a nickel.
I like him better than DeCam, and both of them was trash. So and Jack Jones is he has proved to be an Antonio Pierce dependent player. He was an Antonio Pierce at Long Beach Poly, and he was a 5-star recruit. Went to Arizona. I mean, went to SC. Or 4 or 5. He's 4 or 5 star recruit. Went to SC. Fizzled out. And what happens? Antonio Pierce gets a job at Arizona State. Brings Jack Jones over. He turns into a pretty good player. Drafted in the 3rd round, I believe, by the Patriots. Goes to the Patriots. Fizzles out. Comes over, with Antonio Pierce. Has a really good, back half of that season. And then he didn't play well last year. So now it's like you got Pete Carroll in there. Like how well is he going to play under Pete Carroll? So
right,
there's a lot of question marks at corner right now, and which is part of the reason why, and part of the reason why last year I wanted to trade back, get some draft picks, and pick up Super Bowl champion Quinyon Mitchell. I'll make sure I say that every time I bring Quinyon up, I'm gonna say Super Bowl champion Quinyon Mitchell. So that's what. So this year, that's why basically the entire time I've been pounding table, even before we had a quarterback, even before any of that, I've been pounding table for Will Johnson. I think Will Johnson is special. I think he's generational. And not only is he a lockdown corner, but he does what everybody was criticizing Jacorian for and Trayvon for. He takes the ball away.
Exactly.
He takes the ball away.
Exactly.
Like he gets ball
He's a
production,
pick
and
six
that's something we
machine.
haven't had. Even when we had Namdi wasn't taking the except for that first year. Then nobody threw to him anymore. But so like we haven't had a corner do that for a long time, which is why everybody was so excited about Jack Jones. So if we get Will Johnson, I think, you know, and JB is able to stay healthy, I think we have one of the better secondaries in the league. And if we all remember, I'm sure that's what those Seattle teams were built on, mainly on the secondary. And of course, you know, Michael Bennett, crazy ass up front, but
he's a bad man.
He was
a bad man. And so, Luis, man, you're saying, what do you guys think about grab at 6? We talked about it a lot, but I'm telling you, like, I'm still feeling Tyrone McMillan. So we talked about it a little bit. Chris, man, like, realistically, if we stayed at 6, and, you know, for those of you guys that just jumped in, you know, I'm not a big Shedeur fan, so I'm not taking Shedeur at 6. But Chris, if we stayed at 6, who'd you take?
Oh yeah, I've already said. I haven't really wavered too much. You know, like I said, Johnson's always been my guy, and then if not him, you know, it's gonna be Mason Graham. You know, those are the two that I wanted. You know, with us getting Adam Butler signed, I'm okay with letting Mason Graham, you know, let him go. You know, we don't pursue him, but having someone like a Will Johnson is just it's going to create wonders, because now it's going to help out our defensive line, because now, you know, the quarterback's not going to be able to throw the ball all quickly, because those guys are locked up, and plus those guys will be able to lock their guy up a little bit easier, because Max and them are dogs in, you know, manhunting these. Like it's going to work well as long as we can get that middle of the defense kind of together. You know, we can have something. We can have something special, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. 100%.
Samoan Raider in the building.
Where you at?
With the oos.
What's happening, man? Appreciate you. Here's the thing: is you guys talk about 6. I'm just still drinking to Adam Butler. That's all I'm doing. I am so goddamn, like, because when I say I'm building the trenches guy, like, I'm real with it, like 100%. Like I love it. So Severe, man, if we stay at 6. Stay at 6 with everything that's rocked to this point. What you doing at 6?
So depending on how free agency shapes out, it's between 2 players. It's Petecarroll or it's Will Johnson. You know, ideally, if it's, you know, you get to trade back in the Will Johnson scenario, but if I got to stick and pick at 6, it's one of those 2 guys. I know I'm leaning more toward Petecarroll at this point.
I'm with you. I'm with you. And Daniel Kim in the build, man. He's saying sign top 2 on the screen. I appreciate you. Dan Kim, let me know where you're out of. Do you guys know where Dan Kim's out of? Because
he's out SoCal. He's SoCal.
Okay, man.
I forget exactly
what
area.
With us.
Yeah, but
yeah, link up with us. So everybody that's on the screen, man. There's I'm gonna quick shout out. Bakersfield, California. There's an event that goes on. It's 11th annual. It's the Raiders kickoff or summer kickoff event. We're going to try to roll, put some names and faces, and just join. I went last year. Ton of people. Raider players show up. If you guys are in the building, if you guys are in the area, willing to come through, come to Bakersfield. Raiders Crusaders on IG. He kind of gives some good updates. Hit that notification bell so you do know. We'll continue to give updates. If you guys are in the area within driving distance or what have you, come rock with us, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's either going to be, right now it's early June. It could move to late May. We don't know just yet, but hit the notification bell so we'll keep you posted and updated. But again, just our way to kind of chop it up and say what's up to everybody. I'm in the Vegas area, so I take a ride down to the Bakersfield area, and we rock out and have a good time. So just hit us up on IG, hit us up on the social medias, IG, all that stuff. Let us know if you're going to be in the area, and let's rock out. Put some names and faces. So, man, here's the thing: is a lot is going to drop tomorrow. It's day one of tampering. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, a lot of our news have already dropped. We already talked about, maxxcrosby no longer being the top paid, player in NFL history outside of being a quarterback. We talked about a lot of topics, man. And, let's do this. Leading up to free agency, is there anything else you guys want to touch on outside of what we did? Because, man, it's been over 2 hours. We've been rocking. We got derailed a little bit with the Adam Butler. Shout out to Adam Butler with the drinks. But is there anything else you guys want to kind of touch on before we kind of jump out and go to the big screen? Severe, I'll throw it to you first.
Yeah, man. I said a little bit earlier, but is the people's willingness to pay other people's injured free agents. It's just wild to me, man. Like they don't want like, oh, I don't want to pay this dude. He's hurt all the time. I don't want to pay this dude. He's hurt all the time. But see this dude, this other team that's hurt all the time. Oh, I'll pay him. Like what? Like we've already proved we have probably the worst strength and conditioning coach in the league. In Deuce Gruden and AJ Nibel. Like these dudes is just a calamity of errors all the time. We've been perpetually hurt ever since they took over. Like, every year we getting people hurt. Now we want to take players from other people's teams that are also hurt and bring them to a team that has players that are always hurt. Like that's the math ain't mathing with that to me. So it's like if we're gonna get some people that have been reliably on the field and also been productive, right? Unless you're getting these dudes for dirt cheap. Like, I mean, when I say dirt cheap, I mean like you can't pass up this kind of deal cheap. Other than that, bro, I want people that have actually played well and been on the field if you're going to spend your money on that. Other than that, just bring back your own guys. Like sometimes it's better dealing with the devil you know than the devil you don't.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, Simone, man, I see your comment, man. Okay. So, Hufanga, it's funny because my entire extended family, my parents, my brothers, the entire extended family are 49er fans. And when they got him late, because I think Hufanga had like a chest injury. I think he like tore his pectoral. Something happened towards the tail end of his season at USC. I thought he was going to be a steal. And I think he dropped because of the fact that he had that injury. When they picked him up, I was like, damn, like that's a massive pickup. But if Hufanga's available, and I think he's going to get a good decent payday, Hufanga and I think Trayvon Merrick in Patrick Graham's system, I don't know if there's a big difference between the two. So I take both, depending on who would potentially be a better contract. To be dead honest, I think Hufanga is going to get a pretty good contract. Same with Trayvon Merrick, but I don't know how much you guys have watched Hufanga, but
I mean,
who would you rather in our system?
Hufanga's a better player. Hufanga's a better player, but Hufanga's also perpetually hurt. Like, he's hurt like all the time. Like I think he's been hurt every except for his second year in the league. Well, his first year he didn't play. He didn't start. He started. I think he began starting his second year, either second or third year. But ever since he's been a starter, I think his first year as a starter, he was healthy, and he's been hurt every year after that. So, but when he's on the field, I think he's all pro. I want to say his first year as a starter, he was an all pro player. So when he's on the field, he's a monster. But it's like how and depending on the contract, because his contract may come in at around the same rate as Trayvon, because
that's what I'm thinking.
Because the injury factor.
Yeah.
So. But we always say the best ability is availability. So, how available is this guy? Because if he's on the field, the impact is there. But that's the big, like, if what they say, if my auntie had a what's it, such and such, she'd be my uncle, right? So well, except now, look, nowadays, you
can say it, but you never know.
Yeah.
100%, because like the only difference here's the only thing, and when I watched Hufanga at USC, the only difference between Hufanga and Trayvon Merrick that I saw between those two, based on what I remembered of Hufanga, is Hufanga has crazy instincts.
Oh yeah,
I think he's got better instincts than Trayvon Merrick. when it comes to, just kind of jumping routes and being in the right position at the right time. That's what I would give Hufanga, to be dead honest. But again, it all just depends on the actual contract. So, Chris, any thoughts on the two between Hufanga, Trevon Merrick? Obviously, who knows? We might bring Trevon Merrick back. But any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think Hufanga, he's a he's a ball player. He gets after it. I think he plays the game with the intensity that you like to see, from your safety. But to be honest, I do want to see what Trey's gonna want and kind of demand in the free market. But because like I said, I really like the idea of the continuity there. I feel like parts of the defense is really starting to kind of gel a little bit. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'm with you.
What did Reggie McKenzie say about old boy? No, I forget the dude's name. He's a football playing Jesse. He's a football playing Jesse. About that, the dude that safety we picked up. I can't remember his name. I think it's out of Utah, right? I think I think he was Samoan dude too. I think he was Polynesian. I don't remember his name. He's a football playing Jesse. That's football play,
yeah. Like what country bumpkin stuff he talking about?
And Marvin Derby, man. It's a topic, and it's crazy. I think I actually caught to the chat, which is crazy. You're saying trade back. Look, at 6, I'm willing to take calls 100%. I mean, we have now brought on Adam
Butler is there, especially if he's there.
Yeah, but like I'm
genty
with us bringing on Adam Butler. I think now you take the calls 100%. You always take the calls, but like I think you take the calls because if you could trade back and you have Geno Smith, right? So the quarterback conversation is kind of died down just a little bit. Now depending on what the Raiders are thinking, you could bypass a quarterback in this entire draft. Potentially. I'm not saying it's the right decision, but you could bypass the entire quarterback class because a lot of people are saying, which I would agree with, is potentially next year's quarterback class is better than this year's. You know what I'm saying? With Archie Manning possibly coming out, Drew Aller possibly coming out, like there's a good chance that the Raiders are bypassing this quarterback class, So, Marvin, appreciate the comment. My biggest question is, it's loaded. Trust me, I hate to talk about it in a sense that it's just cut and dry because so many moves need to happen so far. But like, Severe, I'll throw it to you first. Would you be surprised if the Raiders traded back? If Shador's on the board, let's say Tederick McMillan is still on the board, because I think those are probably the names that most likely will be on the board.
Yeah.
Would you be surprised if they move back?
I would not be surprised just because at this point, I think, sticking and picking at 6, it was a lot of it was, first of all, shout out to Marvin. He looks like LL Cool J in that picture. But but I think, a lot of us wanted that because we wanted to draft a quarterback, right? And as you said, that's no longer like top priority need, So we have the ability to move back, and we can go a lot of different directions if we move back in that first round, right? We can go tackle. We can go, possibly Will Johnson. People have been kind of cooling off on him, as we said, because he hasn't worked out yet. So, maybe we trade back to, I think, what is Dallas at 12? Dallas is at 12 or something like that. We trade back to a 12. Yeah. Will Johnson still might be there, right? Or we can still, Kelvin Banks still might be there at 12.
Yeah. Good point.
Petecarroll is for sure gonna be gone, but so we can go a slightly different direction if we are to trade back. And then, as I said before, like Spytek strikes me as one of those guys that likes as many bites at the apple as possible, right? He wants to get as many guys in the building as he can, especially in a draft like this where there are so many good prospects at tackle, at D tackle, at edge, at running back in those middle rounds. at guard in those. Like there's so many good prospects in those middle rounds. You know, like we found a DJ Glaze. What was that? That was third round, right?
Third round,
you know?
Yeah.
So like if we get an extra third, extra second, you know, pick up another fourth, like that's extremely. That's like picking up another third round pick in this draft, especially if you going after a running back. That's like drafting a running back in a second. You know,
you getting the dog.
Previous years.
Dog.
So like I definitely think it should be on the table. So unless we got a guy there that we just absolutely love, trade back is definitely in play.
Could you imagine if we didn't beat the Jags and the Saints and had those bragging rights?
Man, exactly right.
So everybody in the chat, like you guys know,
I'll be like them banners hanging up in your houses.
All you guys that rock with us for a while, you know.
Beat Mac Jones and
damn it,
Rattler. Got them banners hanging up.
Draft capital we could have right now because we beat the Saints and the Jags. I hope those bragging rights suit you well. But Chris, man, real quick,
our heated rivals, the Jaguars.
Hit me up, man. Red Ball, hit me up, big dog. But Chris, man, let me know. You know, would you trade back? We're gonna get Darth Raiders a super chat. Appreciate you, but
I would. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed. It depends on kind of what, you know, how everything kind of fell. I would trade back a little bit. I would, because again, like Severe said, there is, I mean, there's just a lot of talent in positions of need. So, you know, like even if we got your boy T-Mac, I know you say he's not going to be there, but if he somehow did kind of slip a little bit, you know, I'd be good with that. You know,
I'm doing backflips.
Yeah, just, you know, just six. Just
we might go live and do it.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back up because there was some good ones. Dan Kim was saying, "Do you like Holland?" We talked about Dan Kim, man. I think we're fans of Holland. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the numbers. It's all about. I think Trayvon Merrick, in my opinion, just fits Patrick Graham's system so well. He's a beast.
Yeah.
But like Trayvon Merrick could be it's all about numbers, in all honesty, at that point. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. But here's my thing is, would I trade back? I would trade back and stay inside the top 10. If I'm reading the board right, if I'm Spytek, if I'm petecarroll and I'm reading my board right, that's the problem the Raiders have had for so long. They don't read their board right. That's why you pick a Damon Arnett in the first round. You don't read the board right.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And so, like, my hope is that Spytek and petecarroll, they're reading the board right. And if you drop back three spots, let's say you stay inside the top 10 and you can still get a Tederick McMillan. Bro, I'm going from like cracking my good bottle of scotch to doing backflips with it in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. That's the difference. Is if you can finally read the board right. That's why, not to derail it a little bit, but like when a good organization that drafts extremely well, like the Kansas City Chiefs, like the Baltimore Ravens, that have good front offices, and they draft the guys you want, it gives you a little more credit, right? Like cool, like they draft the guys that you want, and they draft well. And the hard part is that the Raiders have not done that in years past, outside last year. Last year's different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the first time in I don't know how many years that we have nailed the draft. I guess 2016, Khalil Mack, Derek Carr, Amari Cooper, like those type of things. But if we could trade back maybe 2 to 3 spots and acquire another second round, maybe recoup the third that we gave for Geno Smith, and still get a Tederick McMillan, I'm doing backflips with scotch in hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we do. So
like Chris in Vegas, not spilling the drop.
Not spilling.
Exactly.
The drop. That's some elite athleticism. That's some
Priorities, man.
It's not just it's a loaded question as to whether or not you pick a 6 or you drop back or what have you. There's so many things that come into play, especially free agency hasn't fully hit. You know what I'm saying? So Darth Raider, we're gonna get back to your super chat. I appreciate you. You're saying number 1 Cam Ward to the Titans, number 2 Ashton Gentry to the Browns. I think they might go quarterback, but like you wouldn't be surprised. Shador to the Giants. I hope so. Will Campbell before. I'm hearing Will Campbell's going to drop just because of
Armland.
his measurables at the draft.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter 5, 6, Terry McMillan. Man, if it works out that way, you got 2 guys on the screen that'd be absolutely stoked about it. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? So
if the Browns do that, all the props we just gave to the Browns GM immediately erased.
Yeah, that's wild.
And they could do it though. You know what I'm saying? Like they love their running backs. It's the
They
same head coach, same
there too.
Yeah, it's the same everything. You know what I'm saying? So they could do it 100%. And so we're gonna jump to James Lillard. Appreciate you. Trade back. No later than 14 and pick Gentry. Again, I'm not big on Gentry, but I'm okay with trading back if there's a clear cut strategy. Severe, would you want to trade back to 14?
I'd be okay with trading back to 14. I'd be okay, depending on what we're getting. If I'm trading back to 14, I need a first in next year's draft too. I need at least a third in this year's draft and a first next year. So I got to get that if I'm trading back that far. So, and I'm still not taking Ashton Gentry. I'm still not taking Ashton Gentry.
Chris, what's your thoughts, man? Would you be willing to trade back to 14? Shout out James Lillard, man, with the super chat. Would you trade back to 14? And I mean, he's got Gentry in mind. But the first question is like, would you trade back to 14?
Yeah, to be honest, again, it depends on what we get back, and who's left on the board. It's tough. It's tough without knowing. But if we could get a good draft pick, I would consider it because. But the thing is, I still don't want Gentry though. I mean, even at 14, I still don't want Gentry. I don't think. Because again, there's guys I can get in the third round that may not make the impact that he makes, but a guy that can really, I think, can get it done. So, I guess I say all that to say I don't think I go back to 14. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, I ain't mad.
I still want to stay in the top 10. That's my
14's a little
too deep
because
and unless we can get a first round pick, but we're not gonna get that.
Because here's my thing is like we still have, even though we brought Adam Butler and I'm drinking to it, love it, right? We still have so many pieces to the puzzle that we need to bring in, whether it be a number 1 receiver, whether it be an offensive lineman, whether it be the guard situation, right? An edge rusher. We just talked about the cornerback position to where Jack Jones, there's still question marks with Jack Jones. There's still question marks with Jacoian Bennett, with him having a season-ending injury. And so at the end of the day, I think for me, it's like that we have too many holes to fill that we still need. Even if we trade back, this running back class is so deep. I can't see us pulling the trigger on a first-round running back. I really just can't.
No, not this year. Not
yeah,
this year.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I've been rolling through this chat, man. James Farpa, man, appreciate you coming up, man. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go back to we're gonna go back to the big screen. We been rock with over 400, almost 500 consistently through this entire.
Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate you guys.
It's been live, man. I know that the news has been running, but just so you guys know, you guys that are new to the building, we do this on Sunday evenings. We do this on Tuesday nights. We rock with you guys. But at the same time, during the season, we also break down game film. We break down game film. We bring up plays. We do the whole nine. We appreciate everybody that rocks with us and joins the building. Even if you disagree, man, I think at the end of the day, and both Severe and Chris can agree, like, we're fans. We're fans.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we bring something to the table, but we fans. And we have no ties to nothing. We don't have no ties to anybody. So we're gonna say it how we feel. And we know Severe will say it how he feels. You know what I'm saying? So like we all know that. But at the end of the day, you guys know this is what we do. And so the biggest thing is free agency is going to hit tomorrow. Like there's gonna be nothing but shit dropping. I do think that a lot of teams are gonna re-sign their own guys. We just got the news on Adam Butler. Salute to Adam Butler. And that's what's gonna happen. Maybe Tuesday, just so you all guys know, Tuesday, more shit might go down about teams signing free agents outside of their organization. And we go live on Tuesdays. So make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you guys do know when we go live. And we're going to just rock with you with the most update of news, rumors, the whole nine. So that's it. I had a whole show ready to rock. Adam Butler derailed me.
It's all good. It was worth it. It was worth it.
In the chat derailed me, man.
Hey, we always got Tuesday. And hey, if we need to update some stuff for tomorrow, we can do that as well, man. We all good.
And the chat was live as shit. I'm so.
Oh yeah.
I have to say it again. I apologize if I didn't bring up all the chats or all you guys, but man, you guys rock and you guys are solid. You know,
pull up, Dan.
Daniel Kim. Daniel Kim. One more down.
One more down. Okay. No. Okay, Daniel Kim. Okay.
All right. Oh, you already. I'm supposed to be boycotting this for your pizza take. Can't even be
No.
Yeah, with the pineapple.
The pineapple.
Yeah, man.
Pepperoni jalapenos.
Get out pineapple in there. I do pepperoni jalapenos. I'll do that.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't mind pineapple.
No. So look at this.
Can't do it.
My favorite. Okay. All right. We're gonna derail this for a second. All right. Chat, buckle up for a second. Here's my biggest, like my number one pizza, because he asked me when he walked up. I'm like, I'm a barbecue chicken guy on pizza. Like,
I'm not mad at
barbecue chicken, bacon, and jalapenos. Nasty. Like,
yeah.
I'm not.
No. Not the jalapenos. Like barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
Jalapenos and bacon. Solid work. You know what I'm saying?
That's solid. I give you
solid
that.
work.
I give you that. I usually don't like anything that wasn't killed on top of my pizza. So if it's a non-meat product, I'm cool on it. You know, I can tolerate jalapenos. I even tolerate olives. You know, but you go pineapples.
Simone, hey,
do that, man.
Simone, you still in here? Tell me if you're still in here.
I can't do that.
But Chris,
Samoa's Polynesian. They put pineapple on everything.
Oh yeah, everything.
Pineapple in there, right? They had a rice with some pineapple. Actually, that was fire though. They had some rice with some pineapple. That was fire.
Yeah.
That on my pizza.
Play on it.
That on my pizza.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my go-to. That's my go-to is the barbecue chicken. But if someone wants to ask me about pineapple, pepperoni and jalapenos, that's my book. Come on now. That's what it is. You guys may not agree. You guys, you know what I'm saying? So let's do this Super Omicron. You're saying,
right. Give me
but like
at all.
You're saying don't mind pineapple. Chris, man, what you go to? Come on, we gonna end it with this. And I'm gonna get to James, man. Appreciate you.
My actual go-to is pepperoni, sausage, and mushroom.
Oh, okay. I said bacon.
I do like bacon.
You heard mushroom. My wife's in the
mushroom go crazy on pizza.
I don't mind mushroom either. I don't mind.
Yeah, mushroom go crazy on
pizza. I can tolerate
mushroom. Yeah.
So, my wife, she's looking at me. My wife is about mushroom, 100%.
Yeah, mushroom.
And the only reason I grew, not like I'm not about mushroom, but I'm the one that eats the leftovers in the house, and I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not my favorite, but it's not too bad.
Hey,
Damn
man.
it.
I stick to the basics, man. It's pepperoni, sausage,
Double
and
cheese.
bacon. Yeah, right. Not the Canadian bacon.
The real bacon.
I think Daniel Kim was in there. Who somebody said not Canadian bacon,
Yeah,
regular.
never Canadian bacon.
Exactly, regular bacon. All right, pepperoni, sausage, and bacon. It's the that's my blood pressure.
Hey, I'd have had gout before. Yeah. I can't even think about that pizza, man.
Man, oh yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Man, it might be another.
Your ankle's swelling. Old, just thinking about it, just looking at it, your ankles are swelling.
Oh yeah, that's when you know you're getting old, man.
Yeah, it might be another segment. You know what I'm saying? Like favorite pizza toppings, man. That's crazy. But James, man,
mine, my brother.
James, man, I appreciate the super chat. You're saying if Campbell dropped, do you trade back and pick up?
Will Campbell or Jihad? I'm sure probably Will. Maybe Will Campbell.
I'm thinking Will Campbell.
I like Will Campbell. I ain't gonna lie.
Will Campbell too.
That's like
he might have to play, but he'll play guard though. Maybe.
That's where I put him.
I'm not gonna let his arms scare me though.
Yeah,
he got good feet though.
Look, that's what they said about Robert Gallery too.
Oh God!
I'm not gonna let his arms scare me.
No. But here's my thing: my thing is like last year, a lot of people. That was the one knock on Talisi Powaga, and I liked him. That was my offensive tackle, and he did a damn good job with the Saints because he started at right tackle, then he shifted him to left. And the biggest knock on Talisi Powaga was his arm length. I'm sitting there going like, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong, but if your technique is right, you know what I'm saying? Like, if your technique is right, if your footwork is right, if you can move your hips correctly. If your eye discipline is okay, which I see out of Will Campbell, you could be okay. But with Will Campbell, I see him potentially as a guard.
That's cool. That's what we need anyway.
The one guy I like, though, is the kid at Arizona. The offensive tackle.
The offensive dang, what's his name? Is it Savanea?
Yeah, Savanea. That boy's a bad man. Yeah. I mean,
from where?
From Arizona. Go look him up. Like, man, I'm telling you. I'll get his name real quick. Hold on, because I put my notes in.
Okay. All right, 6'4", 324. Okay.
Exactly, Darth Raider. Thank you. Pineapple pizza is equivalent to apples on steak.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Let me cut up some put up some strawberries on this T-bone real quick.
Where's he at? I'm gonna
my T-bone with sliced strawberries, please.
Get out of here, Darth. No,
wow.
So
Darth Raider, come to the area. We're gonna do
grapes
some
on my grilled chicken.
That's wild.
Best thing though is the tackle at Arizona. You could bump him down the guard if he drops to the second. I think that's the biggest question because we all talk about first round. You know what I'm saying? D Menace, what's happening? I see D Menace.
D Menace in the building.
What's good, man? Appreciate you. Here's my thing: is we all talk about first round. First round can go in so many different ways, but the second round, if we're not, and this is why I kind of brought up the cornerback situation. With DCam, our fourth round, not very good. It's gonna be a struggle for him. Jacorian Bennett, Jack Jones. Is there a second, maybe third round corner that's high on you guys' radar? And I'll go first as you guys think about it. I like Trey Elmos at Ole Miss. If that kid is around the second round, and let's say in the first round we address maybe Tederick McMillan or something like that, right? We address the offense. We want to try to address the defense. And Jack Jones, I'm not gonna lie. You might see Jack Jones on a trading block. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
You might as well throw him out there. Trey Amos, man, is a kid that I think could be a damn good corner in National Football League. And so if we address the secondary in the cornerback position, is there anybody on you guys' radar that you're looking for? Severe, I'll throw it to you first.
I think there's a guy from Florida State.
Thomas.
Thomas.
He's a taller dude. I like
Yep.
him. I like his game. I like his game.
Yep. And Florida State, bro, they put out some corners.
Yeah.
They put out some corners. So that's the guy I'll be looking at. That's the only one I can really think of that would be a second round guy.
Because I don't know how far Morrison's gonna fall.
Yeah, see, he might go. He actually, because his injury concerns, he might.
Yeah,
drop. He might. Drop.
Yeah.
I gotta watch more. Of Amos. Hairston. I think people were talking about him from Kentucky.
Yeah.
But if we get second round, if Morrison is there, I'm going Morrison for sure.
All day.
I'm going Morrison for sure.
Yeah.
I'll have to probably look more at Morrison.
Benjamin Morrison, I think, right? Yeah.
Ben Morrison. Yeah, from Notre Dame.
Yeah,
he got hurt early in the season. If I remember, I don't think he had a chance to even play that long this year.
As a pure corner, he was my number 2 pure corner behind Will Johnson. Behind Will Johnson, he's a dog.
Yeah. I'm telling you, go look at Trey Amos, man. I'm telling you, this kid.
Oh, Miss, right?
Yeah.
Check him out.
He's pretty nasty. So, man, that's everything. To me, I'm gonna go back. If you're still in the building, where is he at? Where's Allegiance? Make sure you guys hit him up. Make sure you guys go to the channel, say what's up.
Steak pizza fire.
Yeah,
do that.
Cheese, Philly cheesesteak, anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Fact. Yeah, true.
Yeah, it don't matter if it's pizza. It don't matter.
Yeah.
But man, I'll tell you, I appreciate everybody in the building. I appreciate everybody coming up. We had consistent numbers, 100%. So just so you guys know, we go live tonight, Sunday nights. We go live on Tuesdays. The big free agent move is going to be tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of names that are going to be re-signed to their own teams. We already went over what we want. You know, I to be honest, I hope I hear Robert Splain's name tomorrow. Depending on what the contract looks like, I hope I hear his name tomorrow. But at the end of the day, man, it's going to be exciting. Now the offseason has started. It's going to be fun. For those of you guys that are new to the building, we go live Sundays and on Tuesdays. We also review film during the season. But next Sunday, I think that's the time to do a full-blown mock draft. Let's rock it out now that the first wave has gone, and we're going to make it right. And so we appreciate you guys. Severe, let everybody know in the building what you got rocking and what you do throughout the week.
You guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider, YouTube, IG, X, Snapchat, TikTok, just about everywhere. You know, all social media is going to be at the Severe Raider. Y'all find me here Sunday nights with my dogs, man, the Raider War Room. Also Tuesday nights, you know, late afternoons, depending on where you're at. With my same guys, and then Tuesday late evenings, you know, sometime Wednesday morning. The 50-50 show with my boy with my boy Farrell NFL, man, and we also got Around the Shield. Man, the way news has been flying, it's gonna we probably do it. Usually we record it on Thursdays, drop it on Friday, but with the way news has been going lately, we probably gonna start just dropping it going live on Thursdays, man. So just hit the notification bells, hit the likes. Make sure if y'all on my channel, hop over to my 2 guys, hit them up. If you're on Twitter, make sure you get over from Twitter and hit us all up. Hit those likes and subscribe buttons and hit those notification bells because news is about to start flying. It's that time of the year. You know, you're gonna look up. Free agency is here. You're gonna look up. It's gonna be draft time, and y'all want to make sure y'all stay locked in because we got some of the best Raider content in all of the world, not just all of the world. So y'all don't want to miss a thing.
100%. I mean, shots of D Menace and Daniel Kim and all those the
mods, man,
the mods, the whole nine. Shots to you guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys need to come with us, rock with us when we do our get-togethers, the whole nine, man. D Menace, I know I linked up with you at one point in Vegas, and Daniel Kim. I gotta say what's up to you. But shout out to everyone in the building. Just so you guys know, either hit up Raiders Crusaders on IG. It's the Raider Nation kickoff, summer kickoff. We're gonna do an event. 100%. We're gonna be in town, Bakersfield, California. If you're still in California, if within driving distance, make sure you guys hit us up. Turn those notifications because we're going to continue to update you on that event. It's our opportunity to put name to faces. It's a massive. It's the 11th annual event for them. Raider players come in. You have an opportunity to get some shit signed, the whole nine. So make sure you guys hit up IG Raiders Crusaders about the Raider Nation Summer Kickoff 2025 11th annual. So, but shouts to the mod, D Menace, Daniel Kim, appreciate you.
Yeah,
Chris,
right.
let everybody know what you got going on outside of the Raider War Room. Let us know.
Raider War Room every Tuesday and every Sunday with my brothers, man. I know every time I get on here and tell y'all about me starting my show again on Thursday, and I still haven't done it yet, but it's okay. You're dealing with a guy with ADD, and I'll be forgetting sometime, or I don't be focused. Me and Severe were supposed to have a show together like months ago, and neither one of us got it going. But just know, just make sure you subscribe to me. You know, I'm on all social media platforms. Just to talk ball. You know, I always respond to everybody, man. And eventually I'm gonna get my show back. And you know, I always like to have fans on there with me, and we can just kind of talk ball and just have fun with it, man. But I absolutely love having this show, my brothers, man. Also, I do the weekly wire with my boy Dub Raider. It's actually on his channel. It's every Saturday, so lock in with him. And just be on the lookout, man. There's gonna be a lot of news coming up, man. We got this free agency, like you said, pretty soon is gonna be the draft, and then it's gonna be nonstop, and we're gonna keep bringing y'all the best content out there, man. Authentic content,
man. But yeah, man. And just real quick, if y'all, if they make sure y'all check out the weekly Raider Wire on Dub Raider channel. It's a good show, man. If y'all got somebody that's a Raider fan, but they don't know like a lot about football, and they really interested in learning more, something that's short, digestible, basically straight to the point. That's a perfect little introduction. That's like the gateway drug. That's like weed in high school, right? That's like, like before you start dropping acid and stuff, like that's what that is.
Before you start dropping
if they can't tolerate, you don't want somebody yelling all in your videos, and
come on to the weekly wire.
So,
hey, real quick,
appreciate that, fam. Appreciate that. Mario
Q, man. Anything popping in Vegas to the draft? If you're in the Vegas area, we're gonna do some things. We just so you know, if you didn't know before, just a month ago, Chris, Severe, myself, we did a big event at the Barcode Burger in Vegas. And so, man, if you're in the Vegas area, let us know. Hit us up on IG, the whole nine. We're gonna do some things this season. I think it was a big success. We did some good things, and we're gonna keep it popping, 100%. So hit that notification bell. For myself, the only thing I will start with is
Adam Butler got signed.
On the back. I'm pouring one more time for you guys. Adam Butler. I'm keeping it consistent. Build in the trenches. Can you guys know, like, Adam Butler being signed is probably one of the biggest moves I have seen with the Raiders in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. I love the signing. I love it. Shout out to Adam Butler. But I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. I rock with my guys, Chris, Protect the Show podcast, as well as the Silver Raider. I will also kind of post my own videos as time goes on. If news drops, I'll post some videos. But at the end of the day, I rock with my guys because here's my thing, is that there's not very many content creators that can bring some knowledge as well as really some depth to the conversation. There are some people that can, but these two guys, as well as myself, in the combination of the three, we can bring some depth. And so we appreciate everybody that tapped in with us tonight, and keep rocking with us. We rock Sunday nights, as you can see, but we also rock Tuesdays. And when the season starts, we also break down film. And I think a lot of people have got some good content out of the breakdown that we do throughout the season. I've got a lot of people that said, hey, I learned a lot. Jeff, any Raider boosters, you see him throughout the chats. He says that he learns a lot, which is great. And that's what we want to do. We want to just throw some knowledge out there and have a good time. So we appreciate all you guys. And, at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of Raider content that's about to rock very soon. And so tomorrow's going to be light, and we're going to make sure we're right. So, Chris, as a reminder, Protect Show Podcast, The Severe Raider, I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. We appreciate you guys. Daniel, Kim, all you guys, we appreciate you rocking out.
Appreciate every last one of y'all, man.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your Sunday, great rest of your week. Tap in with us on Tuesday, especially after a big flurry on Monday on free agency. Hit that notification bell. Appreciate you guys. So we'll see you guys in the next one. We're out.
Peace. My glove had 11 every
Adam Butler.